Okay, great. I think we are ready. Can we proceed?
Yes.
Yes, we can proceed, JD.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Now, as a basic rule, all right, same thing. Just keep yourself muted. What I will do, I will go through the presentation one by one, and then at certain point, okay, I will basically, I want to say, I will basically open up for any kind of questions or clarification before I proceed. Okay, we just want to make sure that the whole presentation is smooth, but at the same time, I also want to make sure each and every one of you understand where we are going. Okay, if you have anything to clarify, just stop me. All right, just stop me or raise the hand using the hand function there in your what to say Zoom, or just wait until I stop and ask you for clarification or whatever, right? So we can then discuss. Okay, now let's just proceed. Okay, great. Okay, all right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to each and every one of you. Thank you for coming on board, all right? This is our regular Friday weekly meetup. We want to make sure that each and every one of us are synchronizing together, right, with everything that is taking place. I will tell you one thing, that the crypto market is so dynamic, all right? It is so dynamic that it is changing every single hour, right? At this moment, you can see how the market is so dynamic. So because the market is so dynamic, we have to keep, right? We have to keep up with the trend, with the things that are taking place in the market, especially if you are already in the marketplace. Okay, this is currently you are in the marketplace. When you start to trade, you are already in the spot market. So when you are in the spot market, right, things are changing very fast. You have to be updated with the news, with what is really happening. You know, there's so many different things are going on every single second. Okay, so that is important with the landscape, the crypto market landscape, with the regulatories, with the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubts, with all kinds of things that are taking place. We have to really keep ourselves acquainted with the market. Right. So welcome tonight to this presentation organized by JDRoyalQ Global. So we're going to go through once again. Okay, so I'm going to go through all these contents, introduction, a quick introduction to RoyalQ, getting started. Okay, the beginner's guide once again, very quickly. Key takeaways. Okay, strategies. I have some new strategies. I have put up here some of the guide. Okay, guide for the team so that you can use this strategy immediately. Okay, and tonight I'm going to focus on how you can protect your trading fund from depleted. Okay, because if you don't follow the right wallet management strategy, your fund can be depleted. All right, and if your fund is depleted, then you will not have excess fund for any kind of contingency in an event. If the market goes down, then you will be actually stay float. Okay, if you are staying floating for too long, then you get really frustrated because your cash flow is held up. All right, and I'm going to show it to you how you can actually tackle this. All right, how you can actually tackle this, and then quickly into the rewarding affiliate plan. There's some changes the company has made. Okay, and I think this is going to be really great for our team. And then I will open up for discussion, Q&A, and so on. Now, the first thing that I really want you to understand, okay, if you look into RoyalQ, these are the main features. Okay, these are the main features. The one thing that I really love about this thing is that there is no TA, or there is no technical analysis, there is no indicators. Okay, so that's the beautiful thing, is that because we do not want to be actually reading a market indicator in order to do a past performance. Okay, so most of technical analysis are basically just the past performance. It's not really the future direction of the market. So if you look into the past performance, it doesn't guarantee, okay, the current results or the future result. So please understand that. Okay, historical analysis is very easy. Anyone can take a trend and can do a historical analysis. But can you really tell me where the market is moving? No one can do that, right? No one can do that. But if you follow some of those strategies we have, actually we can teach you how to do that. Okay, we have some indicators that we can use for that purpose and so on. Now, second thing, no emotions. Okay, this is done fully by the robot. So you do not need any kind of emotions and so on. Emotions only happen if you are putting in a real money into the market, and when the market go against you, you lose everything. That's where the emotions comes in. You feel worried, right? Now, it does not happen here, okay? Even if the market is against you, don't worry. Your fund is 100% protected. There is no such thing as cut loss and so on, okay? So don't worry, there's no liquidation here. Now, no middleman, there's no broker. What I meant is very simple. We are not going to put our money with any middleman or with any platforms or with any entity. Your money is going to be 100% in your wallet in Binance account. All right, that's the most important thing. So you are not going to pay any fees, okay? Any kind of fees to any middleman. There is no withdrawal fees, nothing. When you earn a net profit. That's the most important thing. Now, the other thing is that there is no liquidation. All right, there's no liquidation. Just a moment. All right, can you all see my slide?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Let me just continue. So there is no liquidation, all right? That's the most important thing. I think the thing that I really love about this robot or this platform is that when I heard there's no liquidation, which means no losses, that is excite me, because everyone that I share this platform to, or everyone that you share this platform to, you can be rest assured, right? There is no losses. I think that's the most important thing, because we want our friends, our families, our team to be part of a platform where there is no losses, okay? Which simply means there is zero risk, okay? That's the most important thing. Now, this platform is integrated with an API with Binance or Huobi. Now, please understand, Binance is a global #1 exchange in the world. Huobi is actually the #1 exchange in Southeast Asia, okay, especially the Asia Pacific. But in terms of global, Binance is still leading the global market. Now, just imagine, all right, for Binance or Huobi to give the right, okay, to RoyalQ to actually integrate the API, that's a huge thing, okay? That's a huge, approval, okay, that has been given. And I think this is awesome, right? Now, apart from that, it is user friendly. Anyone can use the robot. If you say, no, I don't want to do any setting for my parameter, it is fine, all right? You can just use the defaulted parameter and just leave the robot to do its job. You just need to understand about your trading fund, wallet management, and some of just this simple basic thing. But if you really are passionate about this whole thing, you want to learn about how to set up the parameters, the trading, and so on, we will go through all those things shortly, all right? Now, it is a most affordable bot in the market. There are other bot providers that are actually doing the same thing, but in terms of the startup cost, all right, I think RoyalQ has one of the lowest startup cost in the market. It is using the latest AI technology, and we have at this moment above 60 over, I think about 67 leading currency pairs, okay, selection that you can actually select, okay, any of these pair for the trading. And as I mentioned earlier, 100% your fund is secure and controlled. So that is the most important thing, okay? I have a peace of mind and heart when my fund is 100% secure and control. I believe that, okay, you can attest to that too. Now, you can trade anytime, anywhere, 24/7, okay? Some people ask me, when will the robot will make profit for me? I always tell them it's 24/7, because crypto market, okay, is an open market. It is not being controlled by any middleman. So it is actually open 24/7. Now, the robot gives you a proven winning trades, okay? It is actually proven. It's just that if you have a floating, you wait, or else it is proven, okay? All the trades are actually proven winning trades. Reliable infrastructure, okay? I like the infrastructure, especially the company, how they build the infrastructure. There is no downtime, all right? And they make sure that the infrastructure is always up to date and so on. And there is always customer support. You can see all the latest news. And even if you have any kind of queries and so on, just in your back office, if you go under the mind, you go there, you will be able to see feedback. You can actually communicate with the support and they will reply you. Last but not least, zero risk, okay? I think this is the most important thing. We want our team to be part of a platform or to be part of an opportunity that has zero risk and their risk is protected, okay? So that's the most important thing. Okay, let's move on. All right, now, as I mentioned to you, the robot is none other than RoyalQ. All right, Royal Quantification. It is an AI trading bot. And apart from that, just understand that it is integrated through an API, all right? And through Binance or Huobi, we will not be using Huobi. Huobi in China at this moment, we will not be using it because of the reiterated FAT, okay, that the regulators that are going against the exchanges and also against the mining company and so on. So we will focus on Binance because at this moment, Binance has one of the best security in place. We got 3 layers of security, and also your funds are protected in Binance. Okay, so we will be using Binance to integrate our API, and how to do that I will advise to you. Just please understand, okay, what we are doing here is an automated spot trading. All right, it is an automated spot trading. So as an automated spot trading, or when you talk about spot trading, we are trading in the spot market. The spot market works very simple. You buy low and sell high. That is it. So you can do this manually, like what you are doing for Bitcoin, right? You buy Bitcoin when the price is low, and then you sell it when the price is high. But if you're going to do manually, then you have to manually actually monitor the market. But instead of you doing manually, now this whole process is done by the robot, and there are automated replenishment strategies and so on that is provided by the robot here. Okay, so that is the most important thing you need to understand about the spot market. So just to give you a quick introduction, JDRoyalQ or Royal Quantitative, all right? Quantitative is a one-stop intelligent quantitative strategy trading platform, focuses on artificial intelligence quantitative trading. Now involved in digital currency trading system quantitative strategy development since 2017. So this platform has been around for the past 4 years. Okay, actually the developers are from China. The HQ is currently in Singapore. The model maximizes the utilization of members' equity and help members maximize their trading profit. Now, the essential principle of quantitative robot is to use a certain strategy model to buy low and sell high in the spot market, or we call this as a spot trading. High frequency trading to obtain profit. So it is important to understand the principle of the robot profitability, which I'll explain to you later. Now, the strategy currently used in our system is an upgraded version of martingale strategy. Now, please understand, all right, martingale strategy is not new. It has been around in the market for many centuries, and it has been used by the stock traders. Okay, so the stock trader at this moment, if you look into the stock market, a lot of the stock market is actually traded by robot. Okay, even crypto market nowadays, a lot of the market are traded by robot. Just imagine, right? What we are doing now, we are actually trading by robot. So if you are going to use robot, then you need to use one of the best strategy here is the martingale strategy. So that strategy actually doubles up. The whole idea is that when the market go against you, all right, martingale strategy doubles up the position. When it goes further against you, it doubles up the position. So it counter react with the market, and when the market reverses, then you will be able to make a greater profit and come out of that trade. All right, that's basically martingale strategy. So the robot increases the position through the post multiple investment method, or we call this averaging. Now, what is averaging? It's very simple. These are basically dollar cost averaging, but this dollar cost averaging is actually done by the robot itself. So when I talk about averaging, it's like, for example, okay, if you buy Bitcoin, if you bought Bitcoin at $60,000 and you hold that Bitcoin and Bitcoin price dropped to $30,000, all right, is there any losses? There is no losses in terms of Bitcoin, because one Bitcoin is still one Bitcoin even at 30,000, but you lost in terms of the USD value about $30,000. Can you see that? Now, if you want to do averaging, or what we call a dollar cost averaging, you can buy back, okay, Bitcoin at $60,000. If you buy back at $30,000, now you will get 2 Bitcoin. Am I right? Can you see that? So if you wait for that Bitcoin to actually go up again to 60,000 and you times that 2 Bitcoin, now you have $120,000. Can you see that? You have actually made 100% profit because of the dollar cost averaging method that you are using. So this is how the martingale strategy actually works, okay, in terms of the averaging strategy that are already built in, so you don't have to do anything. So it reduces the average holding cost, that's for sure, right? It reduces your average holding cost, and not only that, it makes you rebound to make profit to exit that position. So all that you need to do is to wait. Okay, wait. So if you have one Bitcoin now at 30,000, what do? You are going to wait until it go above 60,000. Am I right? Now, is that waiting painful? Yes, that waiting is painful. That waiting is frustrating. Some people, they cannot wait, okay? Especially if you don't have a proper financial in place and you really need the money. What you do? You then liquidate your Bitcoin, right? And you take the 30,000, but now you have lost $30,000 because you bought it at $60,000. Can you see that? So over here, right, you have the option to liquidate, but we will not advise you to liquidate or to clear. I would advise you just to hold, okay? Let it hold so that when the market rebounds, you can take the profit. Now, therefore, we generally only need to allocate 10 to 20% of the total fund for the trading. So stay through, okay? I'm going to show to you 3 strategies today: low risk, medium risk, high risk. All right, because I know that some people say I am a low risk trader. Okay, so if you're low risk, what will be the setting? If you are medium risk, what will be the setting? And if you want to go for high risk, definitely high risk, high reward. Okay, low risk, low reward. Okay, so I'm going to show to you the 3 different setting later on so that you can follow through that setting, and probably this week onwards, okay, we can see more and more of our team actually profiting from this platform. So the remaining 80 to 90% of the fund, you use it used to cover the future market decline, and this is what we call a wallet management strategy, right, which I will explain to you very, very shortly. Now, if you look into the development, okay, since the past 4 years, okay, definitely China has been using this technology or this robot. They are one of the main users. Okay, I think in Malaysia we just had this robot came in the month of March, so it is just about actually close to 3 months. Okay, the robot has been used in Malaysia. Thereafter we have Taiwan, we have Singapore, Thailand, and other countries. Currently this robot is already in 15 different countries around the world, and it is growing every single day. Now if you just look, okay, this is just to give you some concept. Okay, this is actually one of the slides I have taken from the company. All right, this is just to give you a concept here. Now, if you look into the company, okay, if you look, they have actually mentioned about the principle they use here about $100,000. So with $100,000, this is basically the study that they have done, and you can see that the monthly income, okay, that the monthly income is currently about 10 to 50%. Okay, so that's basically the range. Okay, there is no fixed return here. Okay, there's a range of return here, which is 1 to 5% or 10 to 50% a month. Just make sure keep yourself muted. Okay, I'm just making sure that everybody is muted. Okay, that's great. Okay, all right. So that's basically the range of it. Okay, so that is about I will say an average of 1 to about 5%. I would always say about 0.5 to about 5%. Okay, because the market is actually volatile, the market is uncertain, so there is no such thing as fixed return. Please understand that. All right. Now if you look into this example, okay, the whole idea here is that you are basically going to earn compounding return, okay, as you continue to roll on your trading fund, okay, that is in your spot wallet in Binance. So you're going to enjoy the compounding return. So in this example, okay, you can change this number to probably 1,000 or whatever number, it doesn't matter, but I'm just using the company's example here. Now the first month with $100,000, they make about 10%. So the minimum, okay, minimum a month, okay, that they are using here, just a worst case scenario is about 10%. So at 10%, you make about $10,000. So what happens to your total trading fund now? That will be 110,000. So you make about 10%. Now the next month, you are going to use the 110,000 to then continue to trade. So now you can actually select more coins, or you can increase your first order amount to a greater amount. So what happens? Let's say if you make another 10% in this month, now you have a cumulative compounding interest of 21%. Now, if you go on and keep compounding your startup fund, okay, which is $1,000, and you keep compounding that return on a 10% compounding interest rate every month, at the end of 12 months, you should have actually make about 314%. That is on the minimum scale. Can you see that? Because it's based on 10%. So imagine if it is 20% or 30%. So you're going to basically enjoy probably an average of about 500 to 600% in a year. All right, that's just to give you some idea about how the compounding works. But if you, some people, right, you put in the money and they take out the profit every month, so there is no compounding. But if you really think you put $1,000 and you do not need this money for the next 12 months, I would advise you to just leave it there and continue to trade and compound that income for the next 1 year. Then you will be able to see a much greater results. Okay, so that is up to each one of us, because in Binance, you can decide whether you want to continue to compound or you want to basically take your profit out every month. It's up to you, all right? But compounding definitely gives you a much greater results. So now, when we talk about this whole robot, there are two components to it, okay? And I want you to understand this very clearly. And what are the costs that is going to be involved? Let's discuss this very quickly. So when you talk about RoyalQ itself, for the RoyalQ robot, there is an annual subscription fees, which is $100. So now when you rent, okay, it's like you are renting this robot from the provider. So you are going to pay $100 per year. So $100 you divide by 12 months, I think it is a very insignificant, right? And I can tell you, right, if the market is really doing well, probably by 2 months, okay, you will be able to actually recover your $100 if you only comes in with a trading fund of $100. Okay, if you come in with $1,000, definitely you can actually recover much faster. Now, apart from that, we have what we call a fuel cost, which is about $20 here. Okay, so for the robot, you need at least about $120 set aside. Okay, $120. Now, the fuel cost is basically every time there's a trade, there's an open, there's a close, there's an open, there's a close, there will be a small amount of fuel cost, which is about 20% of the profit. So whatever profit that you make, 100% of that profit will go into your Binance account. So where does the 20% of fees that will be taken from your fuel? Okay, now even from that 20% of the fuel, later on from that 20%, it will be shared, okay, as a profit distribution for the team reward, which I will explain to you when we go into the reward plan, and I'll explain to you how that works. So you can see, right, exactly how the company is not touching your capital or your trading fund at all. All the money that is taken from the annual subscription fees, okay, will go into the referral fees. Later on, I will explain to you the referral. Minimum is 30%, maximum is 70%. It comes from the annual subscription fees. So which means the company is sharing their profit with us. Okay, and then the fuel cost is 20% of the trading profit. All right, please understand that. So every time you make a profit in your trading, 20% will be deducted from the fuel cost, not from your trading fund. From that 20%, it will be shared as a team reward. That's the reason why if you are building your team, you're going to enjoy that 20% from the fuel cost, and that can actually help you on your fuel cost. All right, so those are from RoyalQ. Now we go to the Binance, okay, Binance account. So when you set up the Binance, now you have a Binance wallet. So all that you need, okay, you need a trading fund. So we got 3 types of fund here. Okay, we got the annual subscription fees, you only pay one time and renew every year. We got the fuel cost, which is $20, and the trading fund, which is a separate fund for you to trade. So this trading fund will be in your Binance spot wallet. Please understand that. So minimum, all right, minimum, if you just want to come in and test the waters and just want to try out, minimum is just $100. Okay, you can probably trade 1 or 2 pairs as a beginners. That's all. But please understand, okay, the greater fund you have, definitely your yield will be much greater, and the result varies, okay, based on the fund, the number of pairs, and your wallet management strategy, which I will go through with you each of these steps one by one. So if you are new, all right, you are listening to me tonight, if you want to come on board, can you prepare $220, all right, $220 for you to get started, and then use that $100, okay, for you to try it out. And if you are happy, everything is fine, you can top up your Binance trading fund to probably $1,000, and now you can select more pairs to trade, and then you can see a much greater result. Okay, so please understand that. So these are the 2 portions to it. Okay, so the startup fund, I will say, is just about $220 for you to get started. Now, some people say, if I don't have the trading fund, what can I do? Now, let me give you an idea here. If you don't have a trading fund, you can actually start with 120 first. Okay, 120 first. All right, so or even $100 first. You start with $100 first. Get your account activated first. So once your account robot is activated, you just go and introduce this platform to your friends. And let's say, for example, they then come in with $100, you will earn 30% of that. So you use that 30%. So if you introduce, let's say, to 10 people, 30% is $30. 30 times 10 is $300, right? So you take the $300 then, and then you put into your Binance account to start to trade. Is that smart? I think that is a smarter way to do it, okay? So instead of you waiting for fun, you can actually go and look for it just by introducing the platform or sharing this platform with your friends. So stay through, okay? I'll share with you how the reward affiliate plan actually works later on. All right, now, before we proceed, okay, how to get these things done step by step, let me just stop here and just make sure that we get some feedback. If there's any questions, any clarification before we proceed. Are we good? Anybody you would like to ask anything, you can unmute yourself. Please feel free, okay? This is a big family. Please feel free to ask anything.
Doctor?
Yes.
First of all, I like your Cash FX cup. They're really nice. Secondly, from your last slide, right, I saw something like pairing. For some of us who have never traded and don't have much idea about trading, will you be explaining this later in the slides?
Sorry, Andrew, once again.
So in your last slide, right, I saw something about pairing. You said, you wrote there $100 in your Binance account, and that would be about 2 pairs or something like that. Now, that's topic of being in pairs or things like that. Will you explain it later?
Yes. That is the number of pairs. Okay, number of pairs mean number of coins selection, which I will explain later on. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, please.
Thank you. And I will give some idea today how the number of coins that use. What are the best number of coins or pair selection that you can select in accordance to your trading fund and the wallet management strategy, all right? I will give some idea later on. All right, that's a good question. Any other question? Okay, great. So if no question, all right, the next slide is prepared for the beginners, all right? So if we have beginners here, or even if you already in the platform, but you are not clear how this whole thing works, okay, I think it's a good refresher for you so that you can then actually help others, okay, to teach them how to go about it. So just bear with me. Let me just go through this so that the new one that you have invited, okay, they can understand the whole process. So when you go through with them, it's much easier, right, for them to go through one by one. So let me just go through that process. Okay, all right. Now, make things very simple, okay? Don't confuse anyone. I divide the whole process into just 2 simple processes. That's all. So there's only 2 simple approach here. The first approach here has to do with the robot. So when you talk about the robot, you have the account sign up. Okay, first thing you sign up. Second, you deposit. Third, you do activation. Fourth, you do the API binding. That's all. So this is all has to do with the robot. So how to get it done, I will show you very, very soon, okay? And the second approach is basically the trading side of it. So once the robot is ready to be ready, all right, then you can actually hands-on and do the trading placement. And I will show to you tonight the wallet management strategies, okay? How you should actually start, what are the correct way for you to do so. So let's go through the first process, okay, which is the robot. So the first process consists of 4 steps. The first step is sign up. The second step is deposit, or in some device, okay, they use the word recharge because we have Android and we have the Mac, okay, the Mac version. So the terminology used may be different, but actually it's the same thing, all right? Okay, so we got sign up, we got deposit, we have activation and binding. These are the 4 things, okay, that you just need to remember. So now, the first thing is for you to actually set up your robot, okay, sign up. So how do you do that? Now, if you are new, right, you can actually get into your Play Store. In your Play Store, you will be able to see RoyalQ. Just type in RoyalQ. If you are using an Apple, that will be RoyalQ Community. Can you see that? The word community must be there. So that is for an Apple or the Mac. And For Play Store, make sure it is RoyalQ. So you can get to your Play Store and actually install this app first. Now, upon the installation, the next process, okay, you need to click the sign up, okay, the sign up button at the bottom there. Tap on the sign up now. So upon tapping on the sign up, you will then be brought to the next page, and in next page, you will be asked actually to input your email. All right, so please input a valid email address, and thereafter, what you need to do, you will see a send button there, right? Click the send button so that you will then receive a verification code in your email. Okay, so click the send button. So once you receive the verification code, please copy the code and paste it or key in the code at this verification code column. All right, so once you have done that, proceed to input your login password and re-input your login password. And then this is the most important thing, you need an invitation code. So invitation code, you have to get back to the person who actually invited you tonight. Those who introduce you, you have to use their invitation code and key in that invitation code here. All right. If you don't know where to get the code, stay through. I will show you where to get the invitation code. And thereafter, okay, and thereafter, probably I'll just quickly do that because some of you may want to register now. So let me bring you to the robot. All right. Now, if you look here, right, at this robot, at the home, if you click home, you will see at the top here, invite friend. So click the invite friend, all right, invite friend, and then you will be able to see the invitation code. Okay, now please don't use my code, okay? Please don't use my code. Use the code of those persons who have introduced you, and don't use this code, okay? This is not my main account. And also, right, I would advise you not to give the URL or scan, because it will then bring them to the website. It is all in Chinese. People then get confused. Just give them the invitation code, okay? So just get the code from the invite friend there. You can find it at the home, all right? Go to the home in the dashboard. You see the home, click the home. There is an invite friend there, and then you can share. So if you want to do so, please do so, because I know your new prospect who are actually following through, they may want to register now so they can then proceed to registration. Okay, so once you have actually keyed in the invitation code, you then proceed, okay? And make sure you tick this column that you have carefully read the service agreement and the user privacy policy. And finally, you then tap on the register button, and that is it. You have successfully registered. So that is the first step, okay? That is the first step. Now let's move on. So once you have done that, the second step now is to recharge or deposit. So you have to send $120. Can you see that? You need to send $120 in USDT from your Binance wallet into RoyalQ. So that is the reason why you need to have a Binance wallet. All right. So if you don't have, just make sure your introducer assists you with that. And sometimes your introducer may have 120 USDT. He needs Binance. He can actually help to transfer, and you just pay him the fiat money equivalent to $120. All right. Now, this $120, please understand, okay? 100 is for the subscription fees, annual subscription fees, which is $100, and the fuel cost, which is $20. All right. Now, whenever you see a red banner, okay, in my slide, that means it's a caution point. So please take extra caution and understand what is it saying. Now, USDT transaction must be using TRC20 network protocol. This is a Tron network. So RoyalQ is using a Tron network. So if you're using Binance to send USDT 120, no worries, because Binance will automatically detect the network. All right. So that is the beauty about using Binance account. Now, that is the first thing. Second, in terms of the fuel cost, okay, once it reach, okay, so let's say you put $20, and that $20, as I mentioned to you, every time the trade close and you take the profit, 20% will be deducted from the fuel cost. So now, as it continues to deduct, you will reach $10. Once you hit the $10, the system will notify to recharge or to top up. All right. Now, if you don't do that, it is fine. When the amount actually, okay, reaches below $2, the robot will stop working. Can you see that? So just make sure, okay, you always have $20 or $15 available, okay, in your asset, okay, for to cover the fuel cost. If you are trading more pairs, you're going to use up more fuel cost. If you are trading less pair, then you use up less fuel cost. Okay, so it's up to you, right? Up to each individual how much trading or the frequency of trading they're actually doing. So now, how to deposit? Now, to deposit is very simple. Okay, I assume that you have already actually downloaded, installed your RoyalQ app. So once you have already signed up, okay, or registered your RoyalQ app, you can then access into your RoyalQ app, and at the bottom there you'll be able to see Mine, M-I-N-E. Click the Mine. So once you click the Mine, you then will be able to see assets. So you have to click the assets, okay, tap on the assets. It will bring you to the next page, and then you will be able to see deposit. So all that you need to do is to tap on this deposit. Some device you will see recharge, okay? So either one, okay? I'm just going to use deposit as an easy term to understand. So then it will bring you to the next page. You'll be able to see the QR code, okay? This is a TRC20 network. So all that you need to do is to copy this address into your Binance and send the 120 over. Now, if you are using, let's say, smartphone or iPad, it's easier, right? You can just scan the QR code, okay? If you are using this on your Binance, you can just scan. Or else, if you are using the same device, just copy and then transfer the 120 to your robot. So that is a simple process, okay? Very, very simple process. So now, once you have already, okay, so the first thing you have signed up, the second step, you have actually already deposited 120. Now, the third step is basically activation. All right. So activation, how do you do that? Now, to do an activation, same thing, get back into your main menu, okay, into your main page, and then you will see Mine. Click the Mine, and thereafter you will see, all right, once you click the Mine, just the same row where it is written VIP or the yellow banner at the top, you will see an activation button. Now, click the activation. It will bring you to the next page. This is where what you need to do is to tap on the activate. So once you tap on the activate, $100 will be deducted for the subscription fees. The remaining, okay, which is $20, will remain in your asset. So don't touch that, okay? Just leave it there because that will be used for the fuel cost. All right, so that's a simple, okay, a very, very simple process how you can actually do the activation. Now, once you have done the activation, the last step, okay, for the first process is to do an API binding. So this is where now you're going to integrate, okay, your Binance account with the robot. So now at this point, you must make sure that your Binance and your robot is open at the same time, okay? Make sure it is ready. So now, once you open, right, so you just have to go to your RoyalQ and click home. So once you click home, at the top there, you'll be able to see, okay, just at the dashboard, you see API binding. Click API binding. The moment you click, you'll be able to see two exchanges there. One is Binance and second is Huobi. And you will see unbound, okay? For both will be unbound. Once it is binded, you will see bound, okay? Now, at this point, you need to tap on the Binance. Once you tap on the Binance, it will then bring you to the next page and ask you to actually paste the API key and the secret key. So where do you get the API and the secret key? From your Binance, okay? From your Binance. So you can see here, all that you need to do, right, is to copy the API key from Binance and paste it in your RoyalQ where it is requested API key. And then after you copy the secret key from Binance and paste it in the secret key column in your RoyalQ. That's all. All right. So once you have done that, the next step is basically to request for a verification code. The same thing, just click the send button, and then you will receive a verification code in your registered email. Okay, copy that code and paste it here or key in that code over here. And thereafter, you have to click the risk notice. And thereafter, make sure you tap the bind. And now you have successfully binded, okay, your RoyalQ with your Binance. All right, now, let me just quickly bring you and show you how this exactly works. All right, so the first thing you have here, basically your RoyalQ, right? I'm bringing you back to the RoyalQ here. So go back to home, and now you see API binding. And thereafter you click the Binance. Okay, click the Binance here. It will show you the API required. I'm not going to click because of the secret key. Okay, don't reveal your secret key. Now let's get back into Binance. Okay, let me bring you to Binance. Now in the Binance, okay, where do you find your API secret key? Okay, where do you find that? Now in Binance, okay, please understand I'm using a browser here, which is my laptop. You might be using handphone, or you might be using, let's say, tablet or iPad. Okay, now if you are using those devices, okay, please make sure you change the Binance Lite to Binance Pro. All right, you will find that under your profile. Okay, go to your profile, you will find the Binance Lite, change it to Binance Pro. Okay, just change it, that's all. Now once you have done that, if you go under your profile, okay, you can see this is my profile. You will see there is an API management. Click the API management. All right, once you have clicked the API management, it will then ask you, can you see the yellow box here, create API? So all that you need to do is to name it. Okay, put a label. So let's say, for example, I want to do JDRoyalQ. All right, JDRoyalQ for my, let's say, for my handphone. Okay, so I want to put it in my handphone. So I put a JDRoyalQ for my phone. All right, so you can name it anything. Okay, you can even name it whatever nickname you want to. Once you have done that, all right, once you have done that, and then you can click create API. Now, when you click create API, just a moment. All right, so once you click create API, you can see there are 3 layers of security. One is click to get code. This is your phone. Second is your email, and then your Google verification. Can you see that? That's why I love Binance, because of the 3 layers of security, and this is really, really good. All right. So now, once you have done that, okay, once you have done that, you will then see your API list. So in this example, you can see I got an API list here, and then if I would actually expand it, I can see my API key over here and my secret key. Secret key is hidden because they don't want anyone to see my secret key. All right. So now what you need to do, copy, okay? Copy the API key from here and paste it in your JDRoyalQ. Copy the secret key and paste it in JDRoyalQ. Now, if you use another device, you can even scan it. Can you see the lock button here? And if you are new, the first time you will see a QR code here. You can even scan the QR code. That will be an easier way to do so. All right, now let me just highlight to you one important thing on your fund security. Now, if you look, okay, at this API restriction, the robot is only allowed to read, okay, read whatever tradings and so on that is going on. And also it is only allowed to do a spot or margin trading using my Binance account. Now, the robot is restricted from withdrawals. That simply means the robot is not allowed to touch any of my fund in my Binance account. Is that safe? Can you see that? This is so important, okay? So the API actually prevents the robot or even the JDRoyalQ company from actually accessing your fund. This is the reason why your fund is 100% secure, and you are the one who's going to control your fund 100%. And that is important, okay? So these are important highlights that you need to understand so that you have the assurance that your fund is not lost, okay? This is so important. So once you have done that, okay? Once you have done that, let's get into the presentation. All right, so once you have done that, you just go make sure you get the verification code, click the risk notice, and just tap on the bind. You are now 100% ready, okay? And the next step will be what? Trading, right? So I'm going to go through that, but before that, let me just stop here and let me just open this moment. If you would like to ask any question, anything that you would like to clarify up to this point, please, anyone. You may unmute yourself. You may ask me, all right? Please, anything, just to make sure you are clear with all these processes first. I think it's getting easier and easier as you listen week by week, right? Okay, great. Anyone? Yes, Cornelius.
Good night, JD.
Hi, good night.
I just want to ask, yeah, good night. There was a case that one of my downliners just sent $119 there. Is that enough for the gas
or it's more than enough? It's more than enough. So
okay.
what you will have
so that $19 is still enough.
You will still have $19. So once it reaches $10, then the system will actually notify you to top up. So it's more than enough.
Okay, because in the tutorial you're talking about $120, so like
that is just a guide. But also at the same time, I did mention the caution point that your limit is $10. So just make sure it's above $10.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, you're most welcome. Yes, Pastor Raleigh.
John, you said that the capital is intact, it's not only touched, it's secured, and the robot is working. Don't the robot need some sort of capital to be used to make profit or to operate beside the fuel?
No, the robot do not need, the robot is already tapping on your capital or the trading fund in your Binance account. So that is what the robot will be using through the API integration. But the robot is not given permission to withdraw your trading fund. So your trading fund, it is still in your Binance account. So as I mentioned earlier, yes. So when you make a profit, where will the robot actually take that 20% profit? From your fuel, not from your Binance spot wallet. So that is the reason why we need to make sure we have the fuel cost available, because the 20% profit comes from the fuel, not from our account, because the robot is not given permission to access in our Binance account.
Okay.
So all right, now let me just quickly show you that. Okay, if you look into your robot, okay, let me just get back to this robot now. These are important questions that everyone must understand. So if you go to mine and you go to your asset, now can you see, all right, under this asset, just a moment, let me just change my all right. So if we get into this asset, just a moment. Okay, I'm just trying to get my record here. It's still taking slow. I think my internet here is slow. Lockdown and everybody is using internet. Okay, still refreshing right now. If you go through the asset, okay, if any one of you can just go into your apps at this moment and go into your asset, you will be able to see the red color, okay, the red color, the deduction of your fuel. You'll be able to see that while I'm trying to get these things restored. All right, so just get into your, sorry, let me just get these things restored. Okay, so get into your fuel. All right, it's okay, all right, no problem. You can have a look at your own device, all right? You'll be able to see that. So you'll be able to see all the fuel, all right? It will be in red. So that fuel cost, okay, sorry, let me just stop this sharing. So that fuel cost actually comes, that 20%, all that you see there is actually 20% from your profit, okay? So that 20% is actually deducted from the fuel, not from your Binance account, okay? Binance, trading fund. So that is the security we have here, okay? And from that 20% deducted from the fuel will be shared as a team reward later on. I will explain to you how that works, okay? So that is basically, so that 20% profit that RoyalQ is taking comes from the from your fuel, not from your trading fund. Is that clear?
John, you're saying 20%. Is it
Yes.
$20 or 20%?
20%. 20% from every profit. Okay, let's just go and have a look at the profit then. All right, so if you get into your home, right, you'll be able to see your transaction record. Oh, I'm still waiting here. Okay, sorry, I think my internet here is a bit slow. Now, if you look into the transaction record, okay, maybe I will use, just give me a minute, okay? Let me see if I can put another device on. All right, if you look into the transaction record, okay, you'll be able to see all the transaction that is taking place there. Just give me a minute. I'm connecting another device. Okay, all right. Okay, do I have my another device there? Yes. Okay, let me just share this. Let me see if I can share that. Okay, that's fine. I think I'll just make sure that. Okay, if you look into your JDRoyalQ, right? Can you, okay, let me just bring you back to the JDRoyalQ. Sorry, all right. I can't get my JDRoyalQ uploaded here. Now, if you get into your JDRoyalQ, right, you will see at the top there, the transaction record. Under the transaction record, you'll be able to see all the trade that has been closed, all right, that has been closed. Now, you look at the trade, right, you will see buy and sell. So once it is sell, you will be able to see the trade is closed. Now, when it is sell, you will be able to see the amount of profit that you make. From that amount of profit, let's say, for example, the profit is 50 cents. From that 50 cents, 20% goes to JDRoyalQ, and JDRoyalQ deduct from your fuel cost. Clear? So if you make $1, all right, 20% will be deducted from the fuel cost. So that is how it works, okay? So that fuel cost, that deduction of 20% is actually is a 80-20, all right? So 80% goes to us and 20% goes to the company. But in the term, actually 100% goes to us, but that 20% is only taken from the fuel cost, not from the Binance trading account. I hope that is clear.
Yes, okay.
Can you see that? So that's all. So if you go back to your trade record and look at the profit, right? If you look at the profit, you see exactly 20% of that profit amount is deducted in your fuel cost. You can study that, okay? Just go take a calculator and divide that amount that has been deducted over your profit, you see is 20%. But 20% not from $20, 20% of the profit. So if the profit is just 50 cents, then it will be only, all right, it will be only 20% of that. Sorry, let me just reconnect back my internet. Okay, so I hope that is clear, okay? This is important, okay? And I think this is, yeah, I think probably those who are using the same network today having some problem, especially Maxis, I'm not so sure.
Yes, I was just going to ask you that. I can't even register. It keeps giving an abnormal network connection error.
Yeah, probably, okay, because I think there is huge usage of data in Malaysia at this moment because of the lockdown. Okay, no issue, right? No issue. Don't worry about it, okay? Just one more time. Can you still hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, great.
John, a quick one.
Yeah.
Sam here.
Yes, yes.
Okay. While you're presenting, I went to do the API management, and he says that each user can create up to 30 API keys. So
Absolutely.
I only need to do one only, right? One only, right?
You only need to do one. But if you have 30 devices, you can connect all the 30 devices to one Binance account.
Okay.
You see, this is what I mentioned last week, right? You see, you register your first device. After you register your first device, you can then register your other device under your own referral. So when you have other device, let's say you have 4 devices in your family, you can connect to the same, okay? You can actually create a multiple API under the same Binance account for all the 4 devices.
So each device, I need a different API key?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely, all right? So you have 4 devices, okay? So that is great. So all your 4 devices, but now connected to only one Binance account. But in terms of the trading fund, if you have 4 devices, definitely you need 4 times the trading fund, okay? So if you have, let's say, for example, you only have $100 for one device, but you need to have probably $400, right? If you're going to put on more devices. So that's all. So just need to make sure you manage your trading fund properly, or else your devices and also the number of coins you select for that device. So if it's $100, right? Yeah, you can do about 1 or 2 coins. But if you got 4 devices, then you need $400, and every device will be 1 or 2 coins. You see that? Okay. So you need to really take note of that in terms of what, in terms of monitoring, right? If you really want to know how am I making from this $100, then you have to monitor through each of your devices and look into the transaction records and so on. So that will be a little bit difficult, but it is fine. At least you only use one Binance account. Okay? Okay. So I hope that is clear. Great. Awesome. All right. Any other question?
Hi, Dr. John.
Yes.
My name is Bello from Andrew's team.
Yes.
So just now you mentioned about 4 devices and up to 4 devices. So each registration, you need to go through the registration as well for RoyalQ for each device?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Every device will have to go through the same registration process. So you have to go through the same process and connect connect those devices separately, right? But it can all connect to one Binance account. Binance allows you to do a maximum of 30 APIs, which means 30 devices. So you can have 30 devices actually running at the same time, all right? So that would be awesome.
Just to clarify clearly, I think I got it now, but 4 devices using the same Binance account. So if I want minimum of 100 for each device, so I should have about $400 on my Binance. However, I should sign up for 4 RoyalQ accounts. That is, I'll be paying $100 for each of those devices, correct?
Yeah, that's right. 4 devices means 4 accounts.
For RoyalQ account, but one Binance account. In that Binance account, I should have a fund that will be enough for the 4 devices, like 400 thereabouts, right?
That's right. Because one Binance account is going to connect to all the 4 devices.
Okay, thanks, Doctor.
All right, so just make sure you manage your trading fund well, okay? Because sometimes you got more device, but then your trading fund is not enough because all the device actually already synchronized to one spot wallet in your Binance account. So that's the reason why you have to make sure those things are taken care. All right, so that's awesome. Any other question? Yes, Marioso.
JD, good night.
Hi, good night.
Does this include virtual devices as well?
What do you mean, virtual?
From home, I'm able to set up multiple devices on my machine.
That is an interesting question. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Now, as I mentioned last week, I think those of you who hear me, I think last week or a few weeks back. Now, next month, I think I'll be introducing the copy trade, right? Copy trade for the RoyalQ. So now, when you have the copy trade, let's say, for example, right? Let's say I have a training center. And in that training center, I'm not making any revenue, right? Because of the COVID situation. So there's no revenue. But let's say, for example, I have 10 desktop in my training center, and that desktop is actually lying idle. So what I can do, I can connect all those desktop to my copy trade. I can synchronize all my desktop and copy exactly my trade. Although I am not going to be there in my training center, so but this 10 desktop is actually going to run virtually without my intervention, and they're going to continue to trade for me following my copy trade strategy. That's all. So I can be anywhere in the world, but this 10 desktop is going to actually copy the exact trade. So when I place the trade, it will copy. If my trade takes profit, it will take profit. So can you see that? It can be done virtually. So all our team members, right, will also have the opportunity to connect to my copy trade when I introduce that copy trade, let's say next month. So now, if you really think like, why should I think about all the strategies and so on, just leave it to the copy trade to actually do it. You can do it, no problem. So that virtual, connectivity or even copy trade, right, will be available. So the more devices you have, you can connect all those devices or all those accounts to the copy trade that we have. That's all. So it can run virtually, and also you do not need to worry about power off and power down, all these things, because the robot is continuously running, all right, 24/7. Even if you switch off your handphone, it is still running, all right? So that's how the whole system works. I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, no, thanks, JD. That's awesome.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.
You're most welcome. All right. So right. If my 10 desktop is running and my 10 desktop is making money, so that revenue can really help to pay the rental for my training center, right? So I do not need human anymore to be working in my premise. I actually just have this robot connected to my desktop to actually work for me in an event as a contingency plan, in an event if there is this kind of lockdowns and so on. Okay, so this is just to give you some ideas. Okay, I'm not really telling you to go and buy 10 devices, but I'm just giving you an idea. Okay, great. Any other question? Yes, Brother Lawrence.
Okay, 2 questions.
Yes.
First question is, just correct me, or actually I just need a confirmation.
Sure.
When I set up the 10 PCs that you talked about, I will only need 1 Binance account. Is that correct?
Yes, you are right.
Okay, good. Now, however, when I bind the APIs, I will need to create new RQs, the RoyalQs, right? I mean, I need to sign up for new RoyalQs. Is that true?
Yeah, if you see, please understand, each RoyalQ is for 1 device.
That's right.
So if you got 10 devices, you need to sign up for all the 10 devices.
Okay, got it. But what about the referral code? Can they use my referral?
Absolutely, absolutely. That is the whole idea of it.
Okay, great. Now the next question is about the trading pairs. Do I have to make up my own trading pairs, or can I copy your trading pairs?
If you are copying me, then it will follow my trading pairs.
Cool. Okay, that's what I need to know. Thank you.
That is the surprise for our team. That is why I am telling our team to go and get everybody involved, even if they are not technically inclined. It doesn't matter.
Excellent.
Just teach them to set up their Binance and their RoyalQ. That's all. And when the copy trade is introduced, just ask them to connect to my copy trade strategy. That's all.
I like the fact it's just follow the guru. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, it's just follow. You see, the copy trade is beautiful. It works in such a way. If let's say I put in Bitcoin and you are trading Bitcoin, it will bypass. So make sure you are not trading the same coin I am trading, because you can still be trading your coin while I am actually trading my coin. But if we have the same coin, it will bypass. So you will not copy my trading. But if you are not doing any trading, then don't need to worry. It will copy 100% whatever I'm trading, and it will also recognize how much trading fund you have, what is your first order amount, and what is your margin call. It will recognize everything and follow exactly as your setting, not my setting. All right. So that is the beauty of it, because I can be trading at $10,000, but you are trading at $100. So it will follow your $100, but it will exactly follow my strategy according to your $100 capital. That's all. Clear? All right. So that
Absolutely awesome.
That is an awesome part of this copy trading. Right? I think this company is brilliant how they have done this copy trading strategy. Right? This is brilliant. So I am just looking forward to actually introduce that very soon, because there is a quota for us to do that. So I can't be introducing now. When I hit the quota, then I can actually open up and synchronize that copy trading with our team. All right. Yes. Next question. Wow. Everybody is so excited now.
Dr. JD,
yes.
Good evening. Assuming now that we've got a few pairs running on our RoyalQ, and one of them say is the BTC/USDT. Now, am I right to say that I actually cannot buy BTC from the open market now? Let's say if I need to have $5,000 worth of BTC for other purpose and use, I cannot use that big Binance account anymore, right? Because it will disrupt the RQ in terms of operation.
You are right. Okay, so please understand, when your robot is running and your robot is tapping on the USDT, please understand, although you see there are other pairs, actually the robot is pairing against USDT. So you are not going to earn Bitcoin. When the robot closes the trade, you're going to earn USDT. Please understand that, because it is all paired against USDT. And please, all right, please never touch whatever trades that is going on there. Never go and withdraw or transfer, or don't do anything, because the moment you touch that, there will be a penalty of 6% in your RoyalQ. And that penalty will be taken from your fuel costs.
Okay, Dr. JD, what if I pause all the trades?
No problem. If you pause, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't touch your Binance. If you pause in RoyalQ, it's okay. Don't touch your Binance.
Thank you.
All right, and also don't do clearance in your RoyalQ. Right, if you do clearance in your RoyalQ, then you are liquidating at the current price. So your loss is your open price and your current price. The difference is your loss. RoyalQ doesn't charge you any fees or penalty if you clear manually. It doesn't charge you. But if you touch whatever pair that is in the Binance, all right, don't ever do that, because if you touch, you are disrupting the whole API communication with the robot, and then the company will actually penalize you with 6%. So I hope that doesn't happen. It's a fantastic question, Arthur. Thank you so much for asking that question. Yes, Lawrence, you want to ask any more?
Yes. Okay, one last question.
Sure.
So if you are trading a pair and you want, because it keeps a buying recurrence, right? Every time there is funds, it will continue to buy a recurrence. How do I stop the recurrence if I don't want to trade that pair?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You can actually anytime stop the pair that is provided there. You can actually desynchronize trading using the strategy for that pair. So every pair, right? You can actually decide whether you want to continue or not. So you can actually synchronize and desynchronize. There is those features provided in the copy trade.
Okay, you'll show that to us later.
I won't be able to show, because at this moment I am not allowed to actually, because I don't meet the quota yet, so I don't have a copy trade account available.
No. Okay. Yeah, I'm not talking about the copy trade. I'm talking about your own trade. I have a trade and a pair, and I want to just stop that pair after it's finished. Yeah.
If you want to stop, you can actually just get, let me just see if I can get back my RoyalQ here. Okay, I think it's back. Now, for example, right, you see I have ADA here, all right? Now, if I want to stop this trade, I can just click the pause button down here.
Yeah, but it only pauses the trade, right? Does it complete all the buys? Does it sell off all the buys?
No, at this moment, right? Once it actually hit your number of call and margin, there is nothing is happening here. Even if you pause, it doesn't affect any of your current trading that is going on. And let's say, for example, the market reverse, and then you want to actually start up again. You can start up at any time.
Yeah, but I was talking about switching the pair. So I don't want to trade ADA anymore. I want to switch to an.
If you want to switch, if you don't want to trade ADA, are you telling me that you want to do manual clearance or liquidation?
No, I don't want to. I just want it to automatically finish off all the buys.
No, it doesn't
sell it off.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't do that, huh?
It doesn't do that because the robot will only close in profit. The robot will never close in losses unless you want to manually clear or liquidate.
Okay.
You see that? So that is how the robot works. The robot will never close the trade in losses. The robot will only close the trade in profit. So if I would close my trade now, let's say if I click liquidation, all right, in order for me to do liquidation, I must pause first. Can you see? I have to pause this trade. And when I pause this trade, I then click liquidation. I confirm. If I confirm, I'm going to lose 10% of my trading fund because the market price against the current price is about 10%. So this 10% is the current market price. So I'm going to lose on that. But RoyalQ is not going to penalize me for that. No, because I am doing a manual clearance.
Okay.
All right. So later I will show you, right? You don't really have to worry about pausing. All right. Don't really have to worry about pausing. If you use the new strategy of the wallet management, you don't need to really worry. Okay. I will show you how that happened very, very soon. Okay.
Thank you very much.
So now let me just quickly get back into the fuel just now, right? So if you look into just a moment, right? Let me get back into the fuel, right? Now, if you look into the transaction record, okay, can you see that? There's a transaction record here. Now, in this transaction record, you see, right? Matic was actually closed here, sell. Okay, look at the sell. When this is sell, there is a profit here. All right, you will see the profit here. All right, you can see here, okay, deal amount is 259. All right. And the fuel fee is 0.32. That is 20% of the 251. Can you see that? So where will this fuel be deducted? So we get back into our mine and you go into asset. And can you see 0.32 here? So that 0.32 is actually deduction is taken from your fuel cost, not from your trading fund in Binance. See that? So 100% of your profit goes to Binance. But where does the robot deduct your fuel cost? From your fuel. Can you see that? So this is 20% from that what's the trade that has just closed for Matic. All right, so that is 20%. So I hope that is clear, okay? But this 20% then will be distributed for the team rewards later on. So that although the company takes the 20%, they use some portion for their operation and another remaining portion of it, they share for the team rewards. All right, so I hope that clears. Okay, Pastor, I hope that clears, all right? Just to show you the correlations of that so that you know that the robot doesn't have access to your trading fund at all. So your trading fund is 100% trading fund, that's all. Okay, great. Now, let's move on, okay? Let's move on. I know that we have not gone to the trading yet, but let's move on, okay? At least the new members are excited, right? To see how this whole thing works, okay? And this is, for me, is great because it's 100% transparency, okay? There is nothing hidden when it comes to RoyalQ and also when it comes to Binance. Now, let's proceed. All right, now, so I assume, all right, that the robot is already set up. All the 4 steps, sign up, deposit, activation, and binding is done. And now you are ready to trade. Okay, I assume, all right? Even if you are not ready, I assume you are ready to trade, especially those of you who already got the robot ready. Now we're going to start to trade. Now, what are we going to do now? Simple, okay, simple. Now, for us to trade, the first thing you need to do in your dashboard, okay, you see there's a menu there at the bottom, which is quantify. All right, click the button quantify. So once you click quantify, some device is quantified, some device is quantitative. It's the same thing. It's just because of device, the terminology is different. All right. So click the quantify, and then you will come into the next page, which is all the coins. Can you see all the coins are there? That is about 67 or more coins, okay, that is listed there. So now you can choose any of this coin, okay, to trade. But before you do that, okay, okay, we're going to show to you the wallet management. Is very, very crucial. Okay, remember, every time you see the red banner, please pause for a while before you start to trade. Okay, and your first order amount is crucial, and I'm going to show you the wallet management, especially first before you proceed. Now, this is important. Okay, I think last week we didn't cover this. I only give you the low risk, but this week I managed to do for the different risks, because we got different traders. Okay, different traders. We got different robot users that actually able to take different risk and reward. So I'm going to cover with you 3 different risks. Okay, the low, the medium, the high risk. Now, the low risk, we will use 10, 40, 50 rule. The medium risk will be 20, 60, and 20 rules. And the high risk will be 15, 60, 25 rules. So you have an option, okay, to choose any of this. You have an option. Now, so first thing first is the low risk. Low risk is basically 10, 40, 50. I've already explained this, but today, right, I want to give you a little bit more clarity how to actually control in terms of your trading fund, so that your trading fund does not dilute. Because if your trading fund starts to dilute, then we will start to have problem later on how to come out from the trade when the trade is floating. So this is very important. Okay, watch this and ask me whatever question, please. All right, because this is going to help you today. Now, let's say, okay, I'm going to take an example. In my spot wallet, I have a trading fund of $1,000. All right, you may call this capital, okay, but for me, I don't want to call this capital because I can still top up my spot wallet at any time. So let's say in my spot wallet, I decided to put $1,000 for the trading. Now, this $1,000 will be divided into 2 portions. Okay, first portion is 50%, and the next portion is another 50%. Now, from that 50%, 20%, which is $100, goes into my trading. So I'm going to use this for my trading. Now, if I allocate $100, I can actually trade how many pairs? I can trade 10 pairs if I choose each of those pairs $10. All right. So at $10, I can trade 10 pairs. Now, how many number of calls? I would suggest you to only have 2 calls. Please, all right. People make mistake here, especially if you are new, because you follow the defaulted setting in your margin call. If you follow the defaulted setting up to 7, you're going to have a problem with your trading fund getting exhausted. Now, if you don't want your trading fund to get exhausted, then please, all right, please modify that to only 2 calls, and we're going to use multiply by 1 and 3. I will explain to you very shortly so you understand what I meant. Now, the remaining, okay, 80%, which is another $400, you leave it for the auto replenishment by the martingale strategy. So the auto replenishment here is how many calls? Only 2 calls. So the robot will auto replenish, and you will still have enough because you only are using a total of $500 for the auto trading. That's all. But the moment it reaches the 2 call, right, it will never move further down anymore. So only $500 maximum will be used. That's all. So you still will have another $500 as a reserve contingency fund. When do you use this? When the market really go against you and you are floating too long, you then will use this as a manual replenishment to ambush the enemy, and then you can walk out of the trade much faster. Can you see that? So the 50%, okay, so this is basically the 10, 40, and 50 rule. So if you are new, right, I would advise you to use the low risk strategy first before you go on with the higher risk. Now, let me correlate this and help you to understand. So now, if you look into the trade setting, okay, now, please, all right, if you have not traded or you have traded, probably you want to find ways how to come out of the trade quickly and start to use some of these strategies. Okay, very, very important strategy here. So now, if you look at, this is the trade setting. Now in this trade setting, you can see the first buy is $10. The number of calls here, I only put 2 calls. Can you see that? So if you go at the bottom, there is only 2 calls. Don't use the default. If you use the default, it will be either 5 or 7. Come on, you are going to get exhausted. Your trading fund will start to be used up for no reason. So the strategy here is decided by you, okay? Not the robot, not just the robot. Unless you have $10,000, you can allow the whole call to go up to 7, but we don't have $10,000. So you only have $1,000, and if you want to do 10 pairs at $10, then you need to use this strategy. All right, so take profit ratio is 1.1. So when the robot hit 1.1, the robot will automatically take the profit. Now take profit call is 0.1. All right, 0.1. So when it reaches 1.1 and it then goes back, okay, call back to 0.1, it will close. So 1.1 minus 0.1, your profit is 1%. Can you see that? So 1% of $10. Now, so the margin call here, you can see I only put 2. So it will be only 2. So now if he hit my second call, what happens then? What happens? The robot will now actually wait until the market reverse, all right, reverse above the average, new average price, and then it will close the trade in profit. But if the market goes further down than the second call, are you affected? No. Your trading fund is intact. It is not affected. Now, let me show you the calculation. All right, let me show you the calculation here, because you can see here, right? Now, call 1, when you hit the call 1, means when the market go against you by 3.5% of the current average price. Okay, when it goes against your average price by 3.5%, what will happen? First call will open. This is the replenish. Okay, the auto replenish will open. Now, if you calculate the first call, 1, it multiplied by 1. So 1 times 10 is $10. Now you have an earlier, right? First order, which is $10. So $10 plus $10. Now you have a total trade of $20 there at your first call. Now, market go further against you by 4% from the average price. Now the second call will open. Now at the second call, you can see it's multiplied by 3. So 3 times 10 is $30. And earlier I have $20. So 30 plus 20, it will be $50. So that simply means every pair, all right? Can you see every pair, maximum per pair will only use $50. That's all from your trading fund, because you have stopped the robot from taking more from your trading fund. So the robot will stop at the call to only at $50. So now $50 times 10 pairs, which simply means 500, right? So can you see that I have enough $500, okay, $500, because I have already kept it 10% and 40% for the auto replenishment. Now, watch, I'm going to have another 50% bullet for contingency. Can you see that? So this is my available fund, still I have not used for contingency purpose. So now, if I can take this $500, I can actually, right, use and manual replenish all the 10 pairs. But normally I won't do 10 pair at one shot. I will do 1 or 2 pair, and I will come out of this pair, and then later on I will tackle the rest of the pair one by one. Don't put everything in, okay? Because if you put everything in, and if the whole market goes down again, then your contingency bullet is no longer available. All right. Now, can you understand this? All right. This is so important. Okay. This is so important. But because I have already stopped it at the second call, so my fund is completely protected. So I have already given that maximum margin for the robot to use. That's all. So the robot cannot take more fund from my Binance. Okay. It cannot use more fund. So in that manner, I have actually protected the trade, and at the same time, I still have a balanced trading fund to be able to go in and ambush the enemy. All right, is that clear? Now let me just open up quickly. All right, I hope that clears. Can you see this strategy? Now, if you look at the previous strategies and so on, or even if you look at the company defaulted strategy, it is going to eat up your trading fund. That's why you see why your trading fund is actually getting lesser and lesser, because you are just following the defaulted setting. Now you can follow this setting, right? Now, if you have $100, if your trade stop at 50 at only second call, you can actually do 2 pairs. But the problem is that if you only have $100 at 2 pairs, you are not going to have any contingency fund. All right? I hope that is clear. Now, I hope that gives you some kind of clarity now. Okay, how you can actually take control of this trading, although it is automated, but you still take control of the parameter. You do the trade setting and then let it run automatically, but at the same time, all right, it protects you, it protects your trading fund, and at the same time you have an excess contingency fund in order for you to actually ambush the enemy and then walk out of the battlefield victoriously. Okay, is this cool? Are you guys excited now? Please, any question? Yes, Cornelius. You may unmute yourself.
Yes, JD. If I made a mistake and used the default setting, and then while the trading is running, can I change the setting again to just 2 pairs?
Yes, you can change the setting, no problem. Because at this moment, I'm not so sure how many calls your robot has done. I'm not so sure. But you can actually change the settings. Even I can teach you later how to do batch setting. Batch setting means you can do one setting for all the coins at one shot. Okay, I will show you how to do that.
Okay.
But at this moment, I'm not so sure how much trading fund your robot already used. But if you want to change the setting, you can change it at any time, no problem.
So you can put it on pause and then change the setting, or while it's
no,
running?
not necessary. Just go to the trading trade setting and just change it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Now, probably I just show that very quickly. Okay, you can just go to your robot. All right. Now, what we do, let's say, right, because if you want to do the setting for each of the pair, right, it's going to consume time. So what you can do, go to quantitative or quantify. You see a batch setting at the bottom here. Click the batch setting. Now over here, right, what you can do, click all, select all the coins, and then you click trade setting, and now you change all the settings. So let's say, for example, right, I want to change the setting $10, and I want to put here, let's say 2 call. All right, so I can change to 2. So at the bottom here, right, it will actually change. Let me just show you that 2. All right, can you see my bottom now? Can you see the number of calls change automatically? And then you can change 1.3 to 1.1, 0.3 to 1. And then the margin call drop, okay, 3.54%. You can just leave it. Just change the multiply, 1 to 3 and 3. That's all. And make sure you click confirm, okay? Click confirm and confirm. That's all. So once you have done that, actually all the coins, okay, has already set the same setting. So you come out of it, click batch setting and come out of it. Now, if you get back to any of this coin, okay, if you get back to Algo, for example, and you go into the trade setting, you will see that all the setting is now standardized. So this is a one simple way, okay? Instead of you going and doing one by one, it's going to consume some time, all right? So I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're most welcome. All right, any other questions?
That was just easy.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, the robot is a fantastic robot.
Yeah, enjoyable.
Yes, Brother Lawrence.
Yes, JD, I want to know, could you explain the difference between one shot and cycle?
Yes, I will do that in one of the slides. Thank you for that question. I'll do that, all right? No worries. All right. Any other question pertaining to the strategy? Will this strategy really help our team?
Yes, thank you.
Can you see that? It's very important. The reason why your trading fund is eaten up because you didn't follow, you didn't actually determine or define the margin call. Now you can define that. All right. So don't worry. Even if it goes margin call 3, margin call 5, so what? Let the robot just go down, but at least your trading fund is protected. That's the most important thing, because this comes to wallet management. All right, it is very, very important. But since you have the manual, the contingency fund in place, right? Oh, I tell you, that manual replenishment is so powerful when you have the reserve contingency fund in place. That is going to help you to come out. The reason why many of us are still in floating because we don't have enough manual contingency, reserve contingency fund. So we are stuck unless you find a new capital to pump in, right? So that is might be for some people not possible because they are studying the robot and they want to see how the robot is doing and so on. Okay. All right. Any question? Yes, Mike.
Dr. JD, yeah, Mike here. I've not started trading yet. So the next step would be for me to choose the pairs, isn't it? The trading pairs. Yeah. And how do I go about doing it?
Okay, I will cover that, I think, in the coin selection shortly. Okay. So no worries. Okay, I'll just try to give some ideas on that. There is no guarantee. Okay, please understand, no guarantee because market is uncertain. Okay, any coin you choose, probably at that moment the coin can be profiting, but in 24 hours everything can change. That's why at the end of it, right, I believe it's not coin selection, it's wallet management.
Of course, being part of the JD group, I can always leverage on the pairs that you have chosen, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. That's right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, that's great. Okay, let's proceed. Let me cover the medium and the high risk. Okay, now it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing actually. The higher risk you take, definitely the higher reward. The higher reward. Okay, so with the same $1,000, right, you can actually get a higher reward. So how do you do that? Let me just quickly show you that. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Okay, if you want to take a picture or so, you can actually do so. Okay, I will try to put up the portion of this slide later on inside our group. Okay, so that you will have this screenshot of it. Okay, now next is the medium risk. Now, so we have different types of traders. Okay, we got the low risk, we got the high risk, and medium risk. Now let's go to the medium risk. Is 20-60-20 rule. Simple. Now, if you look at this, right, at $1,000, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to divide 80-20. So $800 will go into my trading, which is I'm going to use only $200 for my trading. Can you see that? Which is 20% of my 80%. So that simply means I'm going to do 8 pairs at $20. Can you see? Not $10. Okay. Now I'm increasing my reward. So, but I need a medium risk strategy. So I'm not going to do $10, I'm going to do $20. All right, now, number of calls will be the same, and I'm going to multiply by 1 and 3. It's the same thing. Now I'm going to have a auto replenishment for my 2 calls at about $600. All right, so total here, I'm going to allocate $800 for the trading plus the auto replenishment by the system itself. Now I'm still going to have at least about $200. Okay, this is for reserve, critical, or contingency fund. That's all. So at $200, okay, I will explain to you, right, how many pairs can you actually tackle when the pair is floating. Okay, so you can actually do that too using this strategy. So this is basically a 20, 60, and 20 rule. Okay, 20, 60, and 20 rule. Now let me bring it to the real application here. So here, right, everything is the same. Can you see the first order now changed to 20? That's all. Now, please understand, okay, at $10, 10%, at $20, at $10, your profit is 1%. At $20, your profit is 1%. Will you choose 10 or 20? Absolutely 20, right? Why should I waste my profit? Definitely, I want a much greater profit. Now, what happens here? Can you see my call one now will be 1 times 20, which is $20 plus 20, my first order. And my total for the first call now will be $40. Now, when he hit my second call, my total will be how much? $100. Can you see that? Just $100. So now, at $100, if I do 8 pairs, that will be 800, right? Do I have 800? Yes, I have my 800 available. All right, so which simply means I'm going to use my $200 for my 8 pairs, and when he hit my second call, I will already use up a total of 80% or $800. But these are just a probability, okay? It will not happen for all the coins, okay? It's just probability, but I've already allocated 80% for that. So now I have a remaining 20%, which is $200 bullets for contingency. Now, if I have $200, right, and you look each of the pair maximum is 100. So which means I can tackle 2 pairs. Can you see that? I can tackle 2 pairs first out of the 8 pairs. Can you see that? So I tackle 2 pairs. So even if I can tackle 2 pairs, I will not go for 2 pairs. I will do 1 pair first. Can you see? I do 1 pair and then I make sure that pair is actually profit and close. So I will have more, right? Now I will have more of my trading fund, and then I will continue to actually do the manual replenishment and ambush the enemy. Can you see that? So this is a medium risk, okay? A medium risk strategy that you can use. So now the same $1,000, now I'm going to earn more because I'm using $20 as my first order buy. Now let's move on to the high risk. Now at the high risk here is 15, 60, 25. Now let's just watch how this happened. Now same $1,000. Now I'm going to divide 75, 25. So 750 goes into the trading and the 25 goes into my contingency. Now from that 750, 150 I'm going to allocate to trade. So that will be 3 pairs at $50 now. Can you see that? No longer $10 or $20, but it's $50. And I'm going to use the number of call 2 and multiply by 1 and 3, the same thing. So now I'm going to have for auto replenishment, automatically buy the robot, $600 available there. And the remaining 250, okay, this will be used for the contingency plan. So this is a 15, 60, 25 rules. Now let's correlate that with the actual practicality of it. So now you see the only thing that changed here is my first order. As I mentioned to you, right? $10, $20, $50, all is going to be 1% profit. So if I give you a choice, right, between 10, 20, and 50, right, which one will you choose? It's up to you, right? So some of you may say, okay, I go for a low risk. Some of you may want to go for medium and high. So you can choose any of the strategy here. Now look at the call 1 and call 2. At the call 1 here, your maximum, right? Because you use 50. So 50 plus 50 is $100 will be consumed in your first call. In your second call, now watch what happened. All right, there will be 3 times 50, 150 plus 100, that will be 250. So which means every pair maximum will be 250 times 3 pair, that will be 750. Can you see that? Now, do I have 750? Yes, I have 750 or 75% allocated for this trading. So I'm going to have a remaining of 25% or $250, okay, to be able to handle the contingency plan. But now I only got 3 pairs, right? I only got 3 pairs. So I can actually tackle 1 pair at a time. All right, I can tackle 1 pair by doing manual replenishment at a time. So when I solve this 1 pair, I can then move to the next pair and the next pair. Can you see that? So this is a brilliant, okay? This is a brilliant strategies that you can actually use. But the whole idea is that you are in control. Although we have a robot which is automated, you are in control to actually instruct the robot what to do, and at the same time you can actually decide how you want to manage and control your trading fund. The biggest problem I see are those people using the JDRoyalQ. They are not determining the number of calls. They use the defaulted, and because of that, their trading fund is actually exhausted and depleted. And then when everything is floating, they feel really frustrated. It will never happen, okay, if you using a proper wallet management rules. And here is it, okay, 3 different rules for 3 different trading style. Is up to you how you want to go about it. And even if you got $10,000, let's say, you can use the same rule. All right, use the same rule, because the higher your capital of trading profit, the higher profit that you're going to actually make. The whole idea here is that we want to quickly turn around the floating time. That's all. The faster you turn around the floating time, the faster you will actually profit. Am I right? So that is the reason why we need to have a specific trading strategy, and we need to decide how to go about it. Okay. So I hope that is helpful. Okay. Let me just stop here. Any question so far? Are you really blessed with this strategy? All right. Anything that you would like to clarify, please do so. Is this helpful?
Absolutely, doctor. I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah. Who determines, or how do we determine the split? For low risk, for example, right? I see 50-50, medium risk about 80-20 and things like that. How do we determine the split, or how does this split happen? Is it through the settings as well?
Yes, that's right. You have to follow the setting that I provided just now. So follow the setting. So you have to go and set it, okay? But now, please understand, okay? Low risk, medium risk, high risk is all dependent on the market. Now, when the market is slow, all right, when the market is slow, you may want to use lower risk. When the market momentum is active, you may want to go for medium or high risk. Because when the market momentum is actually positive, all right, everything is green. Everything is green. You want to make more money. Why should you use $10? You better go for $20 and $50.
Yeah.
Can you see that? So it's the same thing, because you're still going to make 1% out of $10, $20, $50. So when the market is red, I would suggest you probably go for lower risk. When the market is really active, you may want to change your trading strategy, and you might want to go for medium or high risk. That's the reason why don't go 100% and open up all the pairs. Okay, if you ask me, right, if you go for lower risk, you can open 10 pairs. Why should you open 10 pairs at one shot? Why can't you open 5 pairs first and then wait? And then you look into the market. You can actually use another strategy for the remaining of the 5 pairs. Now, all these things, right, you have to experiment it. There is no right or wrong way, because you can still determine what the hybrid, okay, which is mean you and the robot are working together, and you are determining and giving the instruction to the robot what to do actually. All right, I hope that answers your question, Andrew. Now, let me just quickly come back to the slide, okay? Now, please understand the basic rule for you to decide the calls, okay, or the number of first amount is simple. Now, if you look, all right, if you look at what I'm doing here, all right, what I'm doing here. Now, let me just go back to the low risk, all right, the low risk. Okay, so this is the medium risk. Let's go back to the low. I want you to look here, right? Call 1 times 10, 10 plus 10 is 20, right? Now, can you see now? The first call started as $10. Now, when the first call is $10, remember, when you do the first call, it must be the same amount as your previous order amount. So the previous order amount is $10. So that's the reason why the first call here you put at $10. Can you see that? So $10 plus $10 will be $20. Now, if you look at the second call, the minimum, right, should be 20, right? Because it must be the same amount as my previous order. So my previous total order is 20. So by right, I can put 20. But because I am on second call, I put 30, which is higher than 20. What will happen? My average price will come closer to the current price, and that will quickly get me out of the trade. So that is the concept here. Can you see that? That's the concept. So that is how the whole the whole formula is been decided, and this is how the robot works actually. But because I already been doing manual crypto leverage trading, this is the same concept I've been using. So that is the reason why I can decide for the robot what to do. Now, in terms of percentage, this is not a big deal. All right, 3.5, or even if you want to put both at 4%, it's up to you. It doesn't matter. But I think just follow the robot. Okay, they already have that 3.5 and 4%. Just use that. Okay, it doesn't matter. All right, so that's the reason why if you go back to the medium, all right, if you look into the medium, all right, it's the same thing. So when we look into the medium, you can see here, right? Can you see? The first order is 20. So my first call must be 20. So that is the reason why we times 1. But my second call, can you see, is higher than 40. What happened? When it hit my second call, it bring me closer to my current price, and I'm going to get out of this trade much faster, or the market can go even further down. But I don't care, because I still have a contingency reserve fund for me to do manual replenishment later on. Can you see that? All right. So I hope that is clear. Okay, that is clear. All right. Any question?
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. It's very nice.
All right, this is a secret. Okay, I'm revealing some secret to you guys. So I hope you understand. All right, because once you become really expert in this, you will know what to do. All right, you will know what to do. Sometimes you may only want to trade one pair. Come on, if you now I'm telling you the high risk is 3 pair at $50, right? That is awesome. Imagine if you got $10,000 and you are doing 3 pair, each pair is $500. What will be your profit at 1%? Can you see that? So that is, so the whole idea is not the number of pairs. The more pairs you have, the more trouble you will be in. It's not the number of pairs. If you ask me, the less pair but the best wallet management is the best combination. That's all. Because the smaller pair you have and that pairs are doing well, you can make more profit than people who have 20, 30 pairs, but all those pairs are floating. And then they don't have a proper wallet management and they are gambling. Okay, so don't gamble. Okay, don't gamble. This is not a casino. So you don't gamble. You must have a strategy and you must be very clear how to protect your fund. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, I hope that helps the team. Okay, now, any other question before we proceed? Okay, if no question, I think let me quickly put some trades. Okay, put some trades. Probably let's just do a hands-on here.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, this is Ravine and Barnabas here from Port Moresby.
Yes.
What are some of the pairs that, in your view, are good pairs to select from?
Okay, let me go through that. Okay, let me go through that. Let me just put some trades and show you, you know, some of those ideas that I follow, but I will say it's not really guaranteed. Okay, I can't give you 100% guarantee that any coin you choose actually guarantees your return. Okay, that's why at the end of it, wallet management is the key. Right now, let me just quickly get into my JDRoyalQ here. All right, so now I have a trade here. Right, can you see my trade here? I am currently, there is a floating here by 10%. Okay, it is a floating. Okay, it's not a loss, so don't worry. It is an unrealized loss unless I clear it manually. But I'm not going to clear it. I love to see the minus because I'm going to make more money. Now let's look how much is that. Can you see I have $1,248 over there? Okay, 1,200, and I actually did manual replenishment. I never do auto at all. Okay, it's all done manually. So I'm going to wait until ADA actually reverse. Okay, so ADA is a good coin at this moment. If it's minus 10, those of you who are choosing ADA at minus 10, probably you'll be making money. Okay, so don't worry about it. Now, if I look into my quantitative, at bottom here, you can see there is a refresh button. Now, if you refresh this, right, it will show you your USD amount that is available in Binance. Can you see? Because of the API is already automatically connected. So I can see. So at this moment, I don't have much, right? It's only about $8. So let's quickly get into my Binance, and I'm going to just add on a few more USDT. All right. So I have a Bitcoin here. Sitting in my wallet. Okay, let me just close some of my. Okay, so I have a USDT here. Okay, sorry, I have my Bitcoin here. I'm not trading Bitcoin. So I have a Bitcoin here. Now, can you see my strategy is simple. I don't convert my Bitcoin immediately to USDT because if Bitcoin price goes up, I can actually get more USD, right? So I actually hold it first. I don't want to convert. I only convert when I need it. All right. So if you convert when the Bitcoin price is low, you get less USDT, right? So it's better you convert when Bitcoin price is higher. Can you see that? So you must be smart. Okay, take advantage because what we are doing is a spot. In spot trading, what I'm doing here is a spot. You see, I'm holding my Bitcoin. This Bitcoin is not traded in my robot. Okay, so please understand that I'm not trading Bitcoin. I actually seldom trade Bitcoin. I like to trade other coins, okay? Because Bitcoin for me at this moment is sideways. It's not really moving that much. So I have Bitcoin here, but I'm holding it for the Bitcoin price to go up. So it's spot trading. You can do manually. You buy low and sell high, right? So I'm going to sell high when Bitcoin price goes up. So I get more USD. So what I'm going to do now, okay, I got my Bitcoin. I'm going to convert this quickly into USDT. So I'll show you how to do that. Click Bitcoin, okay, and then I'm going to click USDT, and I'm going to convert all of this, okay, 100%, $1,000 and preview conversion. So that will be how much? So that will be $999, close to $1,000. And I'm going to convert, okay, I'm going to refresh this. Okay, and I'm going to convert. So when I convert, right, it will immediately, okay, very, very quick, right? In Binance, very quick. Your conversion is actually in real time. So now watch what happens here. Now I will have USDT. Let's go to USDT. Can you see? I got $1,000 worth of USDT. Now, if I get back to my robot and I refresh this button here, okay, refresh it. Now there is $1,000, right? Can you see that? So it is exactly integrated with the API. That's why whatever amount in Binance, you don't have to go to Binance to check it out. You can actually see it over here. All right. So now let's choose some of the coins. Okay, some of the coins. Now, there is no fixed rule for this. Okay, but what I'd like to do is that let's get back to Binance first, and then what you can do, go into your spot order. Okay, sorry. Let me get into my. Okay, let me get into my trade. Okay, let's get into the trade. Sorry, let me get into my spot, is it? Okay, sorry. Okay, let me get into my market. Okay, click market, and then you will see here, okay, as I think I updated in the group, right? Make sure all the coin in your robot, you have put it in the favorite. All right, in the favorite. So I have my favorite here, okay, and I can actually look into all the coins. So you can see the 24-hour change here. Can you see the 24-hour change here? Like BTC ST is -6%, Doge is -2%, okay, and you can go all the way down, or you can even change this and put the positive. Can you see that? All the positive at the top. All right, all the positive. So these are the market that is currently positive. T-Fuel about 12%. HBAR about 4%, followed by Trax, okay, and so on. Can you see that? So this could actually be your first choice, okay, if you are choosing those coins. Okay, later I will show you some other strategy, but for the purpose of just illustration, okay, let's say I'm going to do these two, all right, T-Fuel and HBR. Okay, let me do that. So I go back to my robot, and I'm going to now choose T-Fuel. I'm going to search T-Fuel. Okay, that is T-Fuel. All right, so now I have $1,000, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same strategy. I'm already set my trading strategy, but I want to change this to $50. Okay, I'm going to go max on my highest risk. So I confirm that. Make sure whatever changes, you confirm that. So now I got here, can you see? First buy will be $50, and I'm going to buy, click start and confirm. Okay, so that is done. That is done. Now let's choose the second one, which is HBAR. Okay, so I'm going to choose that, but I'm going to change the that first order to $50 and confirm that. Confirm, and then I'm going to click start and confirm that. All right, just a few. Can you see it's already opened the order? So now let's get back. Now you can get back into your home, and you see I got 3 trades here. Can you see that? I got 3 trades here. So this is the older trade, my ADA, but I got 2 new trades which I have just opened. Okay, it's considered doing quite well, right? Because it's actually hitting the blue, right? The blue here means once you hit 1.1%. Can you see that? Once you hit 1.1%, it will take the profit. All right, it will take the profit. Okay, so that's basically what it meant. Okay, so we are now taking the profit at about 1.1%. All right, so let these things run. Okay, while actually I get back into the team now. All right, so that is how simple to place the trade. Is that good? Yes, Andrew.
Doctor, so quick question. This is exciting, by the way, but let's say the take profit happens at 1.1%. Okay, the profit comes into your wallet. Does it go into your, first of all, your first question, does it go into your Binance at this point?
Oh, absolutely. Everything
Okay.
goes to your Binance.
Second question. Now, does the robot continue trading, or does it stop and you have to initiate something again, or the trade continues?
Okay, awesome. Let me answer that question. Let's get back to the robot. All right, now you can see here, right? Once the robot hit 1.1%, it will take the profits. Now, will this trade continue? Yes, because I am using cycle. Can you see cycle? I'm using cycle. Now, if I change this to one shot, means the robot will no longer take any more trades. It will stop at just one trade. But I don't want this robot to stop at one trade. I may want it to continue first. So now, the moment you see the market, right? The market. So if you go back into your Binance, and let's say from 11%, the market starts to drop. When the market starts to drop, right, you already know that this market is weakening. So what do? You can get back to your robot and change to one shot and make sure that that will be the last trade. So once you do the one shot, it is the last trade, then you can now look for other coins or other pairs to trade.
Got it.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great. All right. That's good. Thank you for asking that question. Awesome. All right. Any other question? Okay, great. If no question, let's proceed. Okay, it is very important to finish up the presentation. Okay, all right. So I hope that helps you. Okay, this is, I think, a brilliant strategy. Okay, you must know something. All right. When I bring in the team into this JD Royal Global, I actually doing a lot of research, and I am developing so many different things for the benefit of our team. Those who are coming online, I know you are blessed. Okay, I know some of our team, they are not coming online. They may be listening to other group. It's up to them. All right, I don't want to interfere. It's up to them. But if you are having the right strategy, I believe, all right, all of us can actually do really well with this platform. Okay, now let's move on. So these are the three. Okay, the three. Now let's move on. So the trading order placement. Okay, how to do the trading order placement? I already show you just now live. Okay, so this is just giving you one more time just to refresh you. Okay, so all that you need to do is choose the coin, and then you go into the coin page, and then you click transaction setting. Now, if you want to do individual transaction setting, then you can go and do the trading. But if you want to do the batch, I already show you. Okay, just do one shot all the setting. So all that you need to change just the first order amount. Okay, follow the desired wallet management rule. And thereafter, okay, you get back to the next page. The next one is the this portion, okay, 5.1. Follow the desired wallet management rule that you already seen earlier, okay? So follow the earlier, okay? Don't use this, okay? Don't use this. Follow the earlier I show you. And thereafter, on the calls, we only want 2 calls, okay? So follow the desired wallet management rule that I've showed you earlier. And thereafter, okay, you confirm. Okay, so if you use batch setting, don't worry about it. It is already confirmed. But if you are changing the first order amount, make sure you click confirm, okay, or else it won't take effect. So now let's understand the martingale, the quantitative strategy. Okay, how does the martingale actually works? All right, let's understand that. Now I'm going to use this setting as an example. Okay, you can see here first order is 10. Number of call is 7, take profit is 1.3, earning callback is 0.3. So I'm going to use this setting for this example. Okay, let's look into it. So now let's say, right, the robot actually placed the trade at $10 and it goes all the way to 1.3% or 1.1%. It doesn't matter, okay, whichever that you set. So in this example is 1.3. So it goes to 1.3 and then call back 0.3, it will sell. So you can see 1.3 minus 0.3, that is a 1% profit. Now, can you see that 1% at $10, 1% at $20, 1% at $50? It is still 1%. So the higher your first order is definitely better, right? So your first entry is always important. So now this is the first scenario. Now the second scenario, The robot opens the trade and goes all the way to 5%. So what happened? The callback, there's a callback 0.3. So it will sell. Now you can see, right? Now, please understand, the robot will not stop at 1.3 when the market momentum is really good. The robot will keep going up. So at that point, 5% minus 0.3, you see your profit is now at 4.7%. So this is the second scenario. Now, third scenario, the robot goes in, but the market actually came down. So at 0.5, can you see callback 0.5? At 0.5, the market actually dropped by 3.5% from your average price, okay? 3.5%. So what happens here? Okay, at 3.5%, it will then call back at 0.5% and buy and buy with a multiply of 2. You see, in this example is 2. So it will buy at $10 times 2, which is $20. So $20 plus the earlier first order $10, that will be a cumulative of $30. All right, $30 now. So if the robot goes further up, okay, now your average price changes. Okay, your average price will be a new average price, not the original average price. So your new average price, when you reach the average price, from that average price, it will go 1.3% and call back 0.3 and sell at 1%. But this 1% is now against $30, not $10. Can you see? So now you're going to generate a greater profit, although you were down, but market rebounds and then you close in profit. So this is the third scenario. Now the fourth scenario, the market then further go down by another 4%. Can you see in this example, second call, 4% at multiplied by 4. So which means it will then buy at 0.5 at $40 because 4 times 10 is 40. 40 plus earlier, which is 30, that will be $70. Can you see that? So now there will be another new average price and it goes all the way to average price by 1.3% and call back 0.3, it will sell at profit 1%. Now, at scenario for 1% of $70, is that a higher profit? Absolutely, right? So although you are down, but it doesn't mean you are out. You are down, but you are still in the game. So you just wait for the market to rebound and then you take the profit. Now, that is the fourth scenario. The fifth scenario, if the market goes all the way back to the original average price, can you see that is about 10%? 10% of $70, that will be 9.7% profit. Isn't that amazing? Now, this is how intelligent, okay, the robot is. This is how the martingale quantitative strategy actually works. And this is already been built in by the system. So all that we need to do is to instruct the robot, how many calls, what is the first order, and so on. That's all, simple as that, right? And the robot will do it works. Amazing, right? Okay, great. Now, up to here, any question? So I hope, right, those of you who keep attending the Friday, now you are beginning to get much clarity, okay, and understanding how does this whole martingale strategy and how does this whole robot things actually works, okay? It's very important because the moment you understand the behavior of this robot, the setting and all these things, you will be able to handle this whole thing much easily, okay? That's so important. All right, any question, any clarification before we proceed? Yes, King Paul.
Hi, Dr. John. I wanted to ask you, does this robot do short as well or only is long?
It is only a spot trading, which means buy low, sell high.
And as I know, the martingale strategy, it's like buying a step by a step. Is it like that? Buying like a step by a step wherever the market is down? I mean, take
yes
some of the portion, buy another portion, something like that.
Yes, that is the reason why I explained to you just now, right? You can see over here, when it goes down,
yes.
it will buy. If it goes down, it will buy. This is what we call averaging, dollar cost averaging.
Yes, we do it manually, but most of the time it's not accurate. You know, I think the robot can fix this.
You are right. So instead of doing manually, why don't allow the robot to do it for us?
Yeah, exactly. This is awesome.
That's right.
Thank you.
This is definitely awesome, okay? Because or else, you see, I'm a trader and I do spot trading. I have to do manually dollar cost averaging. But now with this robot, right, I don't really have to worry about doing manually. I can just leave it to the robot to do it. Okay, the only thing is that I'm going to earn USDT. But if you do dollar cost averaging for separate crypto, okay, each crypto, then you're going to earn for that crypto, not because we are not doing USDT. You can do just for that crypto. So it's depend, okay, what kind of spot trading that you are doing and so on. But I think this is brilliant, okay. I would rather leave this dollar cost averaging technique to the robot to do it for me and just relax.
I think Chan sleep easily with this robot.
You are absolutely right. We are absolutely right. The most important thing is that please decide the margin call. Okay, that's important. Some like me, I would prefer to put because the margin call must correlate with your trading fund. So the margin call, actually the averaging comes back to wallet management. So the averaging is actually wallet management. So if you have a proper margin call, it protects your trading fund so that your trading fund is not eaten up for other coins. All right, that is important. So as long you have a proper wallet management in place, this robot will do wonders. Okay, great. Any other clarification? Any other clarification before we proceed? Okay, market is still running. I have to buy just now. All right, that's great. Okay, all right. Any questions? So I have taken $50, right? If I go to my quantitative and refresh, my $50 has been deducted. You see that $100 deducted. So I have about 906 over here. Okay, so this is more than enough, right, to take care of this market. All right, so I will show you the manual replenishment later. Okay, I'm going to show you that, but 0 point something, you do not need to do any manual replenishment. Okay, just leave it to the robot to do the job. Okay, great. Let's continue then. Okay, all right. So I hope you are clear now. Okay, how the martingale, the averaging concept actually works. All right, let's move on. All right, now. This is the auto replenishment concept. Okay, let me cover these two, auto replenishment and manual replenishment, show you exactly, okay, how this thing actually works. So now, for the auto replenishment, okay, you can see over here, okay, this is example Bitcoin USDT. Now you see over here, right, the amount that was open is $10 and the price that was open is actually 36,642. So this is the average price when this market was open. All right, and the first order is $10. So now you can see over here, right? When you talk about automated, you can always see the callback trigger price, which means, okay, once you hit 3.5% from the average price, the market price dropped to 35,175. It will then open up the first call automatically by the robot. So you can see here when the market goes down, okay, let's say by minus 4%, it will trigger callback trigger price 35,000. Now let's say, okay, when the callback trigger price is actually $100, okay, let's say it's $100. So now what happens now? Okay, if it's $100, when it does the replenishment at call 1, it will replenish at $100. All right. So if we replenish at $100, all right, let me just a moment. Okay, let me just make these things a little bit simpler so that we don't confuse the whole thing. Okay, all right. So let me just make sure that is clear. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me I just want to make sure it clear. All right. So let's get back again. Okay, so you open at $10. So let's say, right, it goes against minus 4% and the callback trigger another $10, right? That will be a $10. So now what happened? Your replenishment will be $10 because that has to be the same amount as your first order. All right. So what will be the total now? Let me just change this also. Okay, sorry. So your total here will be $20. All right, $20. Let me just get that for you clearly. Okay. All right. So just once again, all right. So your first order and it goes down by 4%. That is, so the call is by one, okay? So you will open up $10. Now, when it do the auto replenishment, that will be $10 because it has to be the same amount. So now $10 plus $10, that will be how much? $20. But what happened to the percentage? Can you see that? Instead of 4%, your new average price now has improved by minus 2%. Can you see that? So now if the market, okay, if the market starts to turn in your favor, all right, and goes by another 3% or 3.1%, you will then close in profit. So you will take 1% profit and close. Now this is for the auto replenishment. Okay, you leave it to the robot to actually handle it for you. Now, how about manual replenishment? Now, if you look into the manual replenishment, the concept is a little bit different because we no longer, okay, we no longer need to let the robot to decide the trigger point. We decide when we want to do the manual replenishment. So in this example, right, let's say I come in with $100, with a $10, and let's say the market goes down by 20%. All right, by 20%, and by then you have already done so many manual replenishment. Let's say your total order by now is $200. All right, now if you want to do the manual replenishment, remember you have to do $200 of your total current order. So when you do the $200 manual replenish, what happens? Your total order now will be $400. All right. Now what happens to the minus? Can you see that? From minus 20%, now it improved. Okay, the new average price now comes up to 32,000, which is minus 10%. So which means I just need to wait now for the market to recover or rebounds above 10. And once it becomes plus 1%, it will close in profit. But when it closes in profit, it's going to close against $400. So instead of me making 1% of $10, now I'm going to make 1% of $400. Can you see that? So that is actually the beauty of this manual replenishment. All right. So it's just that you need to make sure to have a proper wallet management in place. Okay. So I hope that helps you to understand. Okay. How does the auto versus the manual replenishment actually works? Yes. Any question? No question? Okay, great. Let's move on.
Dr. JD,
yeah.
From what you said, since we have to like intervene or in the manual replenishment, it means that we basically still have to monitor it closely, isn't it? We cannot
Not
just
necessary.
leave it to the robot.
Actually, if you follow this wallet management strategy, right? If you don't want to do manual replenishment, you don't have to monitor. You can just leave it.
Oh,
but
I see.
Because you see, for example, right? Once the robot hit your call number 2, all right, and you say, okay, I don't want to do anything. I'm going to just leave it. Yes, you leave it, but then the floating time will be taken much longer, right?
I see.
That's all. So
okay.
if you willing to actually wait, why not just let the robot to do its job? But if you want to interfere manually, you can, because it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid technology, so you can interfere. So that is the reason why, if you have a proper wallet management, why don't you interfere and come out of that trade much faster, so that you can then have another trade and you can have more profit.
I see. Okay.
Right? So
all
it's
right.
actually
Thank
up
you.
to you. If you don't want to interfere, leave to the robot. It's up to you. All right. I think some of us, we just leave to the robot, and then the floating time will be taken much longer. That is the only thing.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks,
all right, awesome.
Dr. JD.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. If no, let's proceed. Okay. Let's look what is happening with our trade. Okay, the trade is still going on. Okay, so let's just allow this trade to go on while I complete this presentation. Okay, now a few questions that was asked just now, right? Let me explain some of those functions here, okay, that you can see. First function is the one shot and the cycle. All right. Now, as I mentioned, one shot is basically you want the robot to trade that pair only once. So you open the trade, okay, open the trade, buy and close just one time. That is it, finish. All right. So if you don't want to do cycle, means it's a continuous trade, which means the robot will buy and sell and then the robot will automatically buy again and sell. So it goes on continuously, okay? So it's up to you whether you want to choose one shot or cycle. But if you ask me, when the market is uptrending, the market is active, go for cycle. When the market is weak, you can choose one shot, okay? No problem. So one shot is like basically you want to end the trade. All right, you want to end the trade and you are fed up with this pair, you don't want this pair anymore, you can just do one shot and come out and choose other pair. All right, now next is clearance and replenishment. Now if you are beginner, right, please, okay, strictly I would advise you to abstain from operating the clearance button. All right, don't do the clearance. Okay, clearance means you are manually want to exit with loss. So which means it's not the robot decision, it is your decision. So if you want to clear manually, your losses will be according to the percentage shown there. So if the losses now is 10%, you are willing to take 10% losses. Now, please understand, all right? Don't feel bad. If you are an experienced trader, right? If you have 10 pairs, I would rather take one loss and take back, okay? Let's say, for example, okay, I have $1,000 in my trading and I'm losing and I'm losing at 10%. Is it wrong to take that 10% loss? I don't think so, right? So you close one of these trade at 10% loss and you have $900 returned back to your trading pool, right? So what you do now, you can use the $900 to actually do manual replenishment for the 9 of other pairs that are running. You see that? So we can be smart here. So nothing is wrong about losing 10% in order to earn 100%. You see that? So you can then do that. No problem about it. Okay. And nothing wrong to take a loss if you want to take a loss. Okay. Please understand that. Because why should you wait? And why should you lose on the turnover time by waiting for the floating to take too long? So if you're willing to take the loss, go ahead and take the 10% loss and use the 900 then to actually replenish the remaining 9 pairs. That would be awesome, right? To come out of all this pair profiting. Can you see that? Because at the end of it, even if you break even, you still have not lost. All right. So that is my strategy or my input. Okay, in terms of the clearance. Now, replenishment is very simple. It's just manual replenishment, which means it's a hybrid. Instead of you letting the robot to do it automatically, you do a manual replenishment. Okay, let me see if I can show you very shortly. Now, let me just see what happened to the trade. Okay, because it is, you know, every time you see it's like you only do manual replenishment if it's like -5, -4, you know, or -10, you know, you don't really want to touch because at this moment it is very close to profiting, so we don't want to touch that at this moment. Okay, so let's just move on with the presentation first. Now, startup is basically to start the trade. Okay, so once you have already confirmed all the parameters, you are ready, just click the startup. In a few seconds the trade will take on. All right, and then at the top here you have the log and the transaction record. These are all the records, okay, of the real time that is being traded with Binance. Okay, so if I bring you quickly into Binance, all right, you can see over here, right? Just go under the orders and spot orders, and under the spot orders, right, you can go to order history. All right, and you can see here, right, I have just placed two coins, right, T-Fuel and HBAR. So you can see, right, it is live now. Okay, live now. I can go to the trade history. All right, I can actually look at it. It is as actually buy. Okay, it is not closed yet. It is buy. So this trade is still going on, and this is the amount that I bought. Okay, can you see that? $50, $50 each. All right, it is not exactly 50, right? About 49,000 because of the slippage. Remember, in trading, all right, there's always slippage. Okay, that slippage is a small fees that you pay for. Actually, this is the fees taken by Binance. Actually, okay, so this is how Binance make money through the API. They allow the API connection not for free, right? Definitely, they're going to take some fees out of that. So, but what I'm trying to say is that all your order is live. Okay, it's live. It is now, you can see, taking place in Binance. So all this information will be integrated straight into your robot. Okay, so you can actually see all those trading taking place. So these are actually the services provided by Binance. Okay, so definitely there will be some kind of fees taken by Binance. Now, if you go to the home, there are a few other features here. You have the home, click 7.1, And then you have the income, right? In this income, you can actually check all your trading income, okay? Today's profit, cumulative profit is all will be there. And then you got the transaction detail. You can actually check all your transaction for that coins, okay? You can check either for that coin or for the total transaction that has taken place for this robot. And then you got the news here. These are all the updates that has been given by the company. So just keep yourself abreast, okay, with the things going on. Now, you can see over here, okay, there's a small 3 bar here, right? 3 bar. This is actually the latest information by the company, okay? So you can go back, if I get back to the robot here, all right, you can see here, right? If you go into the home, you can click here and you see these are all the recent announcement by the company. See that? Recent announcement. So you can read all this latest announcement, okay? They actually put it up here. It's very small here, but I hope you can see. All right, these are the latest announcement. Okay. All right, now batch setting. I already show you how to do that. Okay, so you can see under the quantify, there's a batch setting. Click the batch setting. Then 8.2, make sure you click all, or you can even select whichever coin you are interested. And then you can click trade setting, and then you can do all the setting there. And once you have done that, please make sure you confirm. So that setting will be streamlined and standardized for all the coins that you have selected. All right. So that actually reduce a lot of your time to actually to do individual setting for each of those coins. All right. Okay, great. All right, now let me just run through the key takeaways, all right, and some of those strategies before we go into the into the affiliate plan. All right, now some of these strategies are very important. Now, scenario 1, okay, if you can see scenario 1, this is the scenario all of us love, right? The market is uptrending and you are making 1%, 1%. So when the market is uptrending, you may want to go for higher risk so that you get a higher reward. All right, and thereafter we also have the second scenario, which is the downtrend market. And when the market is downtrending, you may want to choose the lower risk. All right, but each time it's downtrend, please understand there's a martingale, or what we call an averaging, that will actually help to replenish. It will keep buying and buying and buying until the parameter stops. Okay, the instruction stops to the robot to actually buy. Now, even if it is floating, right, don't worry, it's just a floating, it's an unrealized loss, it's not a real loss. So your fund is still secure and safe, and just wait for the market to go up again. All right, that's all. Now we have another scenario, which is the sideways. All right, the sideways scenario. So this is sideways, market is moving sideways. Okay, now sometimes, right, the sideways scenario are good if the range is really range is high. Okay, when the range is high, we can take a lot of profit. But when the range is small, then you might be just actually floating, okay, floating for a long time because it's moving sideways. So I will show you later how to choose your coins based on the sideways movement, based on the range, okay, later on. Now, please understand, okay, some of the key important takeaways. Spot market ideally is up and down and vice versa, driven 80% to 90% by psychology, okay, behavior. So the market is currently down because, please understand, okay, whatever happens to Bitcoin, it affects, okay, all the other crypto. So when the crypto market, when Bitcoin market is actually down, you can see most of all alternate coins are also down. Okay, so news are very important, okay, because the market is driven by news, not really by technical. That's the reason why I don't believe in technical too much. So technical analysis will not really help you much, but tactical. We are more tactical, so it is the behavior. So what moved the behavior of the crypto holders is the news. So if the news is bad, if the narrative of the news is bad, then crypto holders will sell their Bitcoin. And when they sell, then the price comes down. Can you see that? That's how things work. And if the news suddenly is great, let's say Elon Musk say he's going to buy another 2 billion worth of Bitcoin, what happened to the whole industry? Everybody is excited, right? Everything is going up, okay? That's the normal scenario. Now, second, allow the robot to perform 80 to 90% as determined parameter, okay? Try not to interfere manually often. Now, what I meant is very simple, okay? The whole idea is that don't waste your bullet. This is your trading fund. So by frequently performing manual replenishment, wait for profit percentage to drop between above -20 or below -5 to execute manual replenishment if necessary. Now, since you already decided number of call is 2, right? So allow the robot to do the work, number of call is 2 before you do manual replenishment, all right? Now, trading spot market is like a war in the battlefield. Wait for the enemy, which is the red army, to lose momentum and the bullets. Thereafter, you go in to ambush the enemy's camp, all right? The enemy's camp with the excess bullet, the contingency, okay, reserve bullet that you have, and you go in there and you ambush the works of the enemy, and then you can walk out victoriously. Now, please understand, all right? In trading, so many times money is made in the waiting, all right? So don't rush. Sometimes it's good for you to wait until the rate, okay, the red candles actually weakens. Once it is weakened, it is now your time to go in and ambush, because you can then make huge profit and walk out of the trade. All right. Now, please understand, capital is king. The war is tactical, not technical. That's the reason why if you have capital and you have a proper wallet management, you can walk out of the trade anytime. Now, this is the coin selection. Okay. Now, can you see that? Okay. Let's give you a quick understanding of this. Now, a coin selection here goes back. Goes back, right? You can see here the range. The range here is very important. All right. Very important. Now, if you look, right, our take profit ratio is about 1.1%. So just imagine, right, if the market is moving sideways at about 1%, 2%, or below 2%, you are not going to really make a lot of profit. You are not going to close the trade in profit. But if the market range is like above 5%, this is a fantastic coin to choose. Now, that is the reason why if you get back to Binance, okay, I get back to Binance, and you go into the market, and you look into your coins here. Can you see that? 24-hour change here. Now, that's the reason why you look at the percentage here. If the profit is above 5% or 10%, right? This shows the market is really active, right? So that's the reason why you can actually choose those kind of coins to actually trade. So this is where you get some idea, okay? It's the sideways. So the sideways movement sometimes is really important. So if the range is high, about above 5%, it's really a fantastic coin to choose. But if the range is so short or so small, like minus 2% or 1%, even if you choose that coin, right, sometimes you'll be struggling because it is moving sideways, but the range is not enough. Okay, this is just a concept. There is no guarantee, as I mentioned to you. You choose the coin, and that coin can even, can even be floating, all right? Although the coin can be at plus 10%, so what? Because the market is uncertain. So please understand, okay, this is not mandatory, okay? This is just a concept, just an idea. Now, take profit ratio 1.1, some even put 1.3. Now we are putting 1.1 because we want to take profit faster, okay? And the higher percentage you put, you have to wait for the market to go up, okay? Now, when you observe selected coins are turning blue, and once it reaches profit-taking ratio 1.1%, and call back 0.1, it will automatically trigger to take profit and continue the cycle. Now, if you watch the selected coins are not performing, you may do the following. Enable cycle to short, to one shot, okay? So you decided you want to come out of this trade, just put one shot, and then manual replenishment, okay? 1 or 2 times greater of the current amount to bring the average price closer to the current market price. And once it hit 1.1, RQ will take the profit and close the trade. Then you can actually select other coins, right? Now, please understand, manual replenishment is an advanced technique, and it requires that you have sufficient reserve, trading fund, or bullets in your USDT spot wallet. Manual replenishment means to add more fund or top up the current order, which is averaging, to manipulate and take control of the market. I call this ambush the enemy scam strategy. All right. Now, since contingency fund or bullet is sitting in USDT spot wallet in your Binance, you can use this bullet to ambush, okay, do the manual replenish the enemy and generate consistent profit repeatedly, okay? So with the condition, make sure, right, you follow the wallet management strategy that has been shared with you earlier. Now, zero losses or zero risk, this is important, okay? Although there can be floating loss while market is correcting, it is not a real loss. I call this as an unrealized loss. Although your fund is held up, it is just temporary until price for that coin rebound above the average price and close in profit. Now, what you really lost is actually time, okay, the waiting time. So just wait patiently, okay? If you don't have contingency fund, please wait patiently. Or perform manual replenishment to manipulate the price in your favor. Now, this is why the more bullets you have in spot wallet, the better it is. It gives you leverage to win the war in the battlefield. That's why I say capital is always king. Now, please look at this example, okay? Capital held up and the potential profit when market rebounds. Now, if your capital is $10 at 1%, you're going to make 0.11 profit per pair. So if you have 10 pairs, that is about $1.1 per day. Now, if you have $100 held up at 1% still, that will be $1 times 10 pair, that is $10. Now, if your floating is much greater, right, and you have $1,000 floating at 1%, that is $10 profit. That is about $100 for 10 pairs per day. Can you see that? So although the coins can be floating, but it is a blessing in disguise, because when market rebound, you will realize much greater profit margin. Can you see that? So that is it. So there is no losses at all, actually. The only losses here is actually waiting time, okay? The turnover time, okay? The turnover time is where the losses is. All right. Now, before I proceed here, any questions so far? Yes, King. You may unmute yourself. All right. Anyone else that you would like to ask anything? I hope things are getting much clearer. I hope you are really blessed, okay, as you continue to listen and attend this presentation. I hope you will start to become more competent. That's the most important. Become more competent in your ability to be able to manage your wallet and manage the robot. All right. Awesome. Any question before we proceed?
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
I want, as you said, the market for crypto is 24/7, but
Yes.
usually they dump Bitcoin during the weekend. Do you have any idea why it's like that? Why usually dumping from Friday to Sunday, but start pumping from Monday to Friday?
Okay, all right. First thing first, all right, please understand, okay, the crypto market currently, right, it is driven by robot trading. Now, the robot has been programmed to do certain things at certain time. Now, let me give you some idea, right, because I've been trading for quite some time. I understand how the Bitcoin especially work, the crypto market. Now, we have what we call a witching hour. A witching hour is actually at 1 o'clock New York time, morning, all right? I'm talking about 1 o'clock in the morning, New York time, all the way to about 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning, New York time. Now, during this witching hour, you will see a dumping taking place, all right? And then we have the weekend. The weekend are normally low volume. Please understand that. So by the time Friday is over, right, it's going into early Saturdays, you will start to see dumping taking place Saturday, Sunday, up to Monday, because the market only opens at about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday. All right. But when the market opens, right, the first market opens is the Asian market. All right. The New York market only opens at about 9:30 and above New York time. So please understand that. So that's the reason why if you are a trader, you will understand the timing. That's the reason why we got 4 different trading time. Okay, we got the Asian market, we got the the New York market, the London market. So different markets. Okay, it's actually quite similar as Forex. Okay, but this is how it works because the tradings are done in an exchange and so on. But at this moment, right, a lot of the tradings are done through robot. So the robot has been programmed to buy, to sell at what time. So it is quite difficult for us to actually monitor the market. But we are not doing manual trading, so don't really worry about it. That's the reason why I mentioned to you, right? No matter what coin you choose, there is no guarantee that those coins will always give you profit. There will be a time that that coin is actually downtrend, or it is moving sideways, but in a very smaller range. So that's the reason why, right? At the end of it, if you ask me, capital and wallet management is the key if you really, really want to do well with this JDRoyalQ, right? I hope I answered
that. Thanks a lot for the explanation. Dr. John, I remember in the Cash FX, you were the first one I've heard that you predicted Bitcoin gonna hit 60,000, 100K and over. I never heard that from anybody. Do you still believe in the Q4 we gonna reach to 400K above?
I have already given my prediction. I've given my future cast in the group. I believe so. And in that future cast, I did predict that Bitcoin will drop below 30,000, and Bitcoin actually dropped below 30,000. I think Bitcoin hit all the way to about 28,000. It happens, all right? So please understand, all right? These are healthy correction. We need the correction. If Bitcoin is always going up, it is not healthy, all right? It is a healthy correction. Bitcoin currently actually already come down to the same price as in January. All right, it is already corrected as of January. I don't foresee Bitcoin will drop further than that. So the next will be basically Bitcoin. I believe Bitcoin will start to hit probably $45,000 to $45,000 between probably the next couple of weeks. All right, and thereafter I'm expecting Bitcoin to go about $75,000, and then we will see another correction taking place. Probably at about 40,000 or so, and then we might see a bull run to 100,000 by year end, at least 85,000 to 100,000 range by year end. So if you ask me, right, is this the right time for you to do RoyalQ spot trading? Yes, because the market has bottomed. So we always want to go in when the market is low. So this is the right time to come in and actually work with this robot. Next year, we do not know, because if the market is at 100,000, all right, we do not know whether the market will go down, because if it's 100,000, that is the high point. Even the RoyalQ will not work, because if you really want to do that, you need to have huge capital so that you can actually take leverage of the marginal strategy. All right. So next year will be different, but this year it is the best time for everybody to actually have more robots and make more profit from this from this opportunity. I hope that gives you some idea, right? I'm not.
It was amazing explanation about the market. Nobody could explain me as well as you did. Thank you very much.
That's the most important thing, to carry prophetic grace. All right, great, awesome. Any other question? Okay, if there is none, now let me proceed to the most exciting part of it. Okay, I want you to look into this, because this is a huge opportunity that the company has given to us. Okay, now please understand, in RoyalQ there are two ways to make money. One is from the passive, which is the robot. Now, if you have the robot, and let's say, right, you don't have much capital, so you don't have a proper wallet management, and you are floating. So while it is floating, you can actually introduce this platform to your friends and so on, and earn from that affiliate. Can you see that? So you can actually, you can actually balance this both, okay, at the same time. Now, so the more you actually introduce people, you're going to actually leverage on that, because that's going to give you more trading fun, and also you're going to have automatically more fuel. Let me explain to you how that works. Okay. Now, in RoyalQ, right, there is six level. Okay, so if you look into the qualification, there are 3 qualifications here. One is the direct referrals, number of accounts. Okay, I don't really focus on number of people or hate, because I prefer accounts, because you can have one person can even have multiple devices. Am I right? You can have more than 2 or 3 devices in the same home. So if you have device that is staying idle, not really doing anything, why don't turn that device, okay, and let that device make money for you. So this is the number of referrals and the team level up. Okay, you actually going to grow your team, and then the team size. So now anyone who comes into the V1, okay, V1, and when they actually activate the robot, you're going to enjoy 30% from the subscription fees. So how much is the subscription fees? $100. So you will enjoy $30 of that. Now just imagine, right? If you introduce just 10 people, that is about $300. Now you can send that $300 all the way to your Binance, and you can actually use that as your trading fund, right? Now on top of that, can you see that? On top of that, from the trading, right? As I mentioned to you, it's a 20/80, right? So 20% actually will go as the profit, okay? As the profit. So 20% will be deducted from your trading. So when your trade closed, 20% will be taken. That 20%, okay, what happens is that it will be distributed. So this is called a fuel revenue for the company. So from that fuel revenue of that 20%, the company will share with you 20% of that 20%. Can you see that? So if let's say that 20% is $1, so you will get 20% of that, which is 20 cents. So can you just imagine that? So the more people you have under you trading, you're going to enjoy 20% as a profit distribution of that 20%. I hope that is clear, okay? So that is the first thing. Now, when you rank up to become V2, all right, to become V2, you need to have 3 direct referrals. So you just need to introduce 3 people, and you need to have, all right, 3 at V1. All right. So if you introduce 3, right, these are all your V1. All right. So no issue, right? These are all your V1. So you qualify. But you need to have a total of 20 people, okay, or 20 accounts under you. Out of these 20 accounts, right? Out of these 20 accounts, 3 is your direct. That's all. So you got 3. So if you ask me, right, go and introduce 20 people. That's all. Simple as that. Just introduce 20 people. All these 20 people are directly under you. So now at V2, you're going to enjoy 40%, which is $40 from that $100 subscription fees. So all these 20 people, right, directly under you, you're going to enjoy $40 of them. So that is how much? $800, right? 20 times $40, that is $800. Can you use that for your trading? Absolutely, right? Now, the company gives you a profit distribution of 30% from the 20% revenue, fuel revenue. Can you see that? So all the 20%, now you're going to enjoy 30% of that. So now, this fuel revenue, you can use as your fuel cost, right? Can you see that? So although it is very, very small, but if you compound that, it's huge, all right? You can use it for your fuel. Now, that after you rank up to become V3, to be a V3, you need to have a direct of 5, all right? And any of them from the 20 need to become V2, all right? Need to become V2. So they become V2, you need a total team under you, which is 100 in your group. So you got 100 people in your group. You now will be eligible for 50%, which is $50. And also you will be eligible for 40%, okay, from that 20%, the fuel revenue, you will enjoy 40%. And the company also will give you another 5%, okay, as a matching fuel reward. Now, when you rank up, okay, now let me just explain to you something here, okay? Let me just stop at V3. Now at V3, right, let's say you enjoy $50, all right, $50. Now, this is exciting. Now, let's say, right, my V1 actually activated someone, all right, who is a V1. Now, he's going to enjoy how much? $30, right? Now, I will get another $20, okay, $20, because you can see here, right, at V3, I'm supposed to enjoy $50, right? But because I have a V1 that I've just activated, my V1 will get $30 and I will get $20. Can you see that? Now, if I'm at V2, I will get how much? $10. See that? So when I have a V1 activated under me, my V1 will enjoy $30, but I will get the remaining $10 as a V2. Wow, this is awesome, right? Now, just imagine. So as you grow in your level, you're going to enjoy those matching. So anytime there's a matching, you're going to enjoy the difference of it. So the higher your level, the more differences that you're going to earn. Isn't that awesome? Now, then after you rank up to become V4, V4 you need 8 direct. You need any, okay, any. Previously, right, the level 2 must become level 3. Sorry, V2 must become V3. Now no more. They open it up so you can now, anyone in your 100 can actually become the V3. All right. So once they rank up, they level up to be V3, you got 300 members. Okay. Solid 300, not your direct, but this can be your total group. Now you enjoy 60% or $60. Can you see that? Now, if somebody comes in at level 1, at V1, and they put in $30, right? You're going to enjoy $30, the difference of it. All right. And in terms of the profit distribution, you will enjoy 50% of the 20% from the fuel revenue. And you will also enjoy a peer reward of another 5%. Now that after you level up to level 5, that you need about direct of 12. And now you need V4. Okay, so your V3 now become V4, or anybody in the group become a V4. And by now you already have 800 solid members, okay, group under you. and you will enjoy 65%, which is $65, and you will enjoy a profit distribution as a team reward, 55% of the 20%, and another 5% as a team reward. Now, finally, when you hit the highest rank, V6, okay, V6 engine, okay, so now you are the most powerful engine, okay, in this robot. This is how the robot works, okay? It's like an engine, okay? So now you have a direct of 20. Now, can you see why I did mention to you, just introduce direct 20? Because if you introduce direct 20, you already qualified the first qualification for your V6. And now you just need any of them, okay? Any of them from your 1,500 group members, any of them to become V5. You will then actually hit your V6, you will enjoy 70%, which is now $70. Now, just imagine, okay, the difference that you're going to enjoy each level. If somebody activate level 1, you're going to enjoy $60. If somebody activate level 2, you're going to enjoy the difference, which is how much? Sorry, first will be $40, and then $30, $20, $10, $5. Can you see that? So that is brilliant, okay? That's just brilliant. And then you're also going to enjoy from the fuel revenue 60% of the 20%, and the company allocate another 5% for you. And finally, you also going to enjoy a global dividend, all right? A global dividend, which is 5%. All right, so just imagine, okay, this global dividend comes from the company's revenue, all right? And they're going to, and you're going to enjoy 5%. So which means all the level 6 will be actually enjoying that 5%. So it will be distributed to all the level 6 in the company. All right. So these are important notes. Robot activation annual subscription fees is $100. Referral enjoy direct referral reward from the subscription fees, not from your trading fund. It is from the sub, which means the company is actually sharing their profit with us. All right. Now RQ charges 20%. Sorry, RQ charges 20% fuel cost for each transaction or each profit, okay, that is closed. It charged 20%. The fuel cost will be used for operation and partly distributed for profit sharing. Okay, this is your team rewards here. All right, 20% all the way to 60%. Now, introducers shall earn the profit sharing and can use the reward as a fuel for your RQ trading. Now, ensure your fuel is sufficient at all times. Once fuel drop to $10, RQ will send a reminder in your back office, okay? And once it goes below 2 USDT, the robot will stop working. But if you are actually earning from the fuel revenue, you don't need to worry. You will always have enough fuel, okay? You don't have to worry. All right, so this is a fantastic, I would say, affiliate reward distribution that the company have actually installed. So take advantage of it, okay? Grow your team. So now, while you're doing so, I actually have prepared a reward program for our team. Okay, this is only for JDRoyalQ. This is a reward program. I'm giving away $120. Okay, for the first 5 members who rank up to become V2, you will enjoy $120. All that you need to do is very simple. Okay, get 3 direct referrals. Okay, or you get 20 people directly under you, or you get 3 referrals and they build the remaining under you. Okay, so the moment you have this, you will enjoy 120. I will send this 120 directly, okay, into your Binance account so you can use it for the trading. Now the validity is up to 30th of June. I'm not so sure if I'm going to extend, but I will see the progress, okay, because I can monitor each of the activated account in the back office. So I hope, all right, we can able to see more V2 coming up from our team. Now, the other exciting announcement is the copy trade, as I mentioned to you. All right, so I'm going to create what I call a JDWINNER copy trade. It is coming soon. I hope, okay, by mid of July, okay, if I can launch this, will be awesome. So all that you need to do is copy the exact strategy and achieve the exact results. Okay, that will be awesome. All right, and by then you can have more devices, okay, more devices, and connect all these devices, okay, with this copy trade. I tell you, this is going to be brilliant, all right? So these are fantastic. That's the reason why go and introduce to as many people. You know why? First thing, there is no risk, okay? You got no risk to introduce to them, all right? And second thing is that even if they are not technically inclined, just teach them one time to synchronize the copy trade, and then they will be just continue to earn, okay? I think this is an awesome, brilliant way of doing things. And the other thing I just mentioned to you earlier, right? If you want to invite someone, you want to share your this platform, you can use go to the invite tab. There's a referral link, QR code there, or invitation code. I would encourage you to use the invitation code instead of the referral link, all right? Just to prevent unnecessary confusion. All right, so please, all right, if you are already V1, you should be in my Telegram group, okay, in our JDRoyalQ global Telegram group. If you are not in, please ask your leader, okay, to let me know, because only myself, Rita in Papua New Guinea, and V2. If you are V2, you will be given the anonymous right, okay, you will have the right anonymity, okay, you will have the power to actually add your team, because by then you should have 20 people directly under you, okay? So at this moment, you need to let me know, okay, so that I can add them into the Telegram group, because I don't want our team to go and find out information from other group and then they get confused, okay? All right, it's better they have one standard information in our Telegram group with all the strategies so that they can actually be blessed, okay? So anyone who activated, okay, not registered, okay, activated, which means they have $100 has been deducted, then they will be added into our Telegram group. This is a private group, so you can't search for the group, okay? It's not public, it's private group, because we want to keep this group private and we want to protect everyone in this group, all right? So I hope, all right, that clears. And if you really need to know how to set up your Binance, please get into, okay, my YouTube at Wealth Makers Alliance. Please, all right, do me a favor, give me a like, okay? Give me a like. Subscribe to my YouTube, okay? I need to increase the subscription. I want to see more and more people subscribe to this YouTube so that we can bless more people. Please, okay? I don't monetize on my YouTube, so I don't really interested. I'm earning well. I don't really need money from YouTube, but I just want to make sure that we bless people and give them, okay, all the education that is needed from this YouTube channel. So I hope, all right, I hope this session has been a meaningful session. I hope many of you is now getting hold of this and becoming more and more competent at how, okay, you can actually take control of this whole Royal Quantitative, not only allowing the robot to automatically do it, but you can even, okay, manually, okay, interfere and actually manipulate the market and actually generate a much greater profit. Okay, most importantly, if there's any one key takeaways, please, all right, wallet management. 3 things here. 1, entry price is important. Wallet management and your capital. These 3 things is so critical. All right, the higher your entry price, the higher your profit. Okay, as long as your wallet management is in place, everything will be well. All right, so I hope, okay, that has been a blessing. Let me just quickly open up this session. If there are any other clarification, any other questions, please do so. Or if you have any compliments or any input from your side based on your experience. I know some of us already about 3 weeks, 2 weeks actually trading on RoyalQ. Probably you have a testimony, you want to share something and how you were blessed with this whole platform. Why don't, okay, why don't do that, okay, and share with everyone and let everyone be blessed too. Please, let me just open up another 5 to 10 minutes before we actually close this presentation. Yes, Cornelius.
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much, JD. You have give us a lot of insight on this program, and I'm really pleased, and I've learned a lot. I've tried, hands-on to try several things, but now you have made it more and more clearer to me, because I've tried many different things in the program. Thank you very much. I have one question. Yeah, yes. I have one question here. If you do the copy trade, and if you choose a 10 pairs, and like, because you have a bigger trading fund in your wallet, and I have $100, and maybe I would like to choose only 2. How will that synchronize with like your 10 with my?
All right, don't worry. All those things are taken care because the robot, your synchronization will only follow your trading fund and your and your will follow your trading fund and your parameter. That's all. So if, let's say, for example, I open 10, but you only choose 2. All right, you will run on 2. That's all.
So like your 10 will show in my RoyalQ, but I'll just choose.
My 10 will not show in your RoyalQ. Only your 2 will be showing in your RoyalQ under the synchronized strategy.
Okay. Okay,
So,
that's
but if,
really clear. Yeah.
but if you have, let's say, for example, if you actually allocate if you have a higher trading fund and you put, let's say, first order at $10, so my robot, my copy trade will know how many trade actually to open based on your parameter. That's all. So that's simple as that.
Okay.
All right. So
Thank you very much.
I will
Yeah.
actually instruct the team exactly how to go about it when the copy trade is ready.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. All right. Anyone else? Cornelius, do you have any question? No. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Any other input, especially from those who have already traded? Was this session helpful? And if you have not started, it's fine. I think if you're not started, you are in the right place, okay? Because today you can start right. Because I know so many people actually have done blunders, and some of them are still floating and waiting to come out. All right, because if you don't, you have to come out first. Once you come out, you reset everything and then follow the strategy exactly. All right, then I think you'll be able to be much in control of the situation. All right, awesome. Anyone else?
Money from Malacca, actually
Yes,
Malaysia.
yes, awesome.
I'm already about 1 week in this JDRoyalQ, and I started with a $500 with a trades capital equity, and I will usually do a unilevel. I'm a manual trader, but came to this JDRoyalQ, give me a 95% Robert's trade for me. So the first parameter that you are using about a week, and then now the latest parameter I think is very interesting, and just a 2-layer. I think I'm going to be very happy on this. And with a $500, my turnover daily average, I'm getting about 5% base versus $500.
Oh, that's
then only last 4 days, I have a floating 2 pairs of floating, a Dogecoin and another coins. Floating, I think that's going to be take advantage, but I have a reserve fund to attack this, another balance, another $500 to go along, but I still market downturn now by weekend.
Okay.
It's about it's below about 12%, I think, but it's giving us a very from your guide and a very straight directions, and I think we can take over this market very earning. It's a very benefit because all profit and we are not losing any money. I don't lose anything, a single dollar in my Binance. So why not take this advantage for me? I think those are newcomers, I think take advantage. I think we start slow, but I think by another 1 week time, I think I pick up fully on this.
Yeah, thank you so much, Manny. I think what you say is actually on the dot. You see, I will say, right, the first month, all right, just take it easy and make sure that you put everything in order, right? So the first month, it may not be really what you expected, but most important thing, right? Even if you make $1 profit a day, please understand, it is $1 profit on top of your capital.
Yeah, correct.
That's the most important thing. You are not going to lose. Every day is compounding. All right.
Correct.
Even if it's a $5, it is going to be $1,005. Even if it is $10, right? So it is keep actually compounding. So that's the beauty of it. So the first month, right? Just use it as a trial run. And then if you really want to monitor the performance, I think monitor it on a monthly basis. All right. So that you can have a proper cutoff date and so on, and really say, okay, all right, in this month, I really make how many percent? All right. I think that would be the best to actually monitor. That's awesome, Manny. Truly appreciate that.
Thank you. Then now I can see my USDT increase, daily by basis.
Yes.
And one member already active in Singapore start to trading under me. I can see my fuel money is increasing the other side, and and 5 more members already registered, but they are still holding for me to go back to them like Zoom training 1-to-1, and because of COVID we can't move, but I think they will be active. Very good. Actually, thank you, Doctor. I really appreciate on this.
That is the reason why, right? If you introduce more people, you will have a free fuel revenue coming into your site, and actually you don't have to really keep topping up your revenue. Okay, that is a free money. Okay,
thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Andrew.
Doctor, good evening. Thank you once again for spending time with us to show us RoyalQ. I have one question. You asked to activate on Binance the Pro version, right? Go from Light to Pro. But on RoyalQ, I'm also seeing an option under mine. It says Professional Edition. Should that be on or off?
Make sure it is on. Okay, so if you get back to Professional Edition, make sure it is on. All right, it's a good question. Okay, so make sure everyone, all right, on the Professional Edition, and I think there's a simple test. Just answer any question, they will give you the answer. All right, just answer, because once you on the Professional Edition, then you can see more pairs, okay, more pairs you can see in your list. All right, you can see over here, right? My trading here, we have, I have, what to say? Okay, we go to, I think it's, this is fine, but my T-Fuel has already hit my first call. Can you see that? It hit my first call, which is $50, right? So 50 plus 50 now is $100, you see? So it can go up to only 2 calls, okay? So I may not want to do any manual now. I will just leave it, all right? But if I want to do manual, I just click manual replenishment here. And so the amount here, right? When you do manual, make sure the amount is the same amount. So it is about $100. Now, when I put 100, you can see here, average estimated average price will be 0.566. What is the price now? 0.577. So you can see that the average price will come closer to the current price. Can you see that? So if I want to do a manual replenishment now, I can do, or I can leave it to the robot. So if I do now, just watch what happened. Okay, at $100, my price will come down to 0.56, and my percentage will be about 1.5%. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to do it. Just watch what happened here. Okay, just a few more seconds. You can see here, it will take effective. Let me just see if this is, okay, let me just refresh. Okay, all right. So you can see here, right? You can see here, still not. Okay, shortly, all right? You can see this will actually come down to about 1.5%, okay, minus 1.5%. The robot will wait, okay, will wait until the right time to actually do that. It will not quickly do that. So the robot will wait, okay? So we will just let this robot, and then we will come back again. So that is how you actually do the manual replenishment, okay? I'm just showing you very quickly how you can actually do that. Okay, all right, let's just get back to the questions. Okay, Andrew, I hope that answers.
Yes, doctor. Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Right. Most welcome. All right, any other questions or any other inputs and testimonies and so on? Okay, all right. So if there is no more question, I would like to really, okay, appreciate the team. I hope, okay, Friday is well with everybody. We can, you know, relax, right? Because the next day is Saturday. So please invite, okay, invite your new prospect. Let them come and listen to this whole presentation. And I would like to say thank you so much for sacrificing your time and making the effort, okay, to come on board, to come online. I know some countries like Papua New Guinea is not easy because of the internet network over there. All right, it is really they are really struggling with the data and so on, but they are making all this effort, okay, to be able to come on board. Thank you so much. Okay, so take this, okay, I'm going to put this video up later on in the group, and I will also screenshot the 3 wallet management strategy, okay, the low, the medium, and the high risk, so that you at least have something in front of you and you can make the decision. So everyone that you're introducing, all right, please make sure they start right. We don't want them to start wrong, because sometimes, right, the new member, when they start wrong, is floating, they get really, they get really frustrated, okay? So we don't want that to happen. So just show them how to go about it and guide them, all right? And keep introducing, take advantage of the reward plan that I've actually prepared, and also take advantage of the upcoming copy trade. I think that copy trade will definitely, okay, bless so many people. So I really hope that I can get it done quickly, because I need to hit certain quota to be able to do that. So I hope I can get that quota hit very quickly, so that I can then design this copy trade and share this copy trade strategy with each and every one of you. So in saying that, thank you so much. Truly appreciate your time. God bless each and every one of you. We will catch up again next week, Friday. All right. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thanks, JD. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you, John. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Dr. John.
All right. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Take care.